Brian Wilson.
You died for that football.
Nick Delgazzo.
It's going to be a battle.
You're listening to Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com.
Welcome. This is Agree to Disagree right here at A2DRadio.com, and we're live from the BMW Atlantic City studio. You're getting that too for a sec, right? We're live from the BMW Atlantic City studio. We're in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey. BMW located off exit 37 on the Parkway. Online, BMWAtlanticCity.com. A lot of things we're going to talk about. I'm Tom Arnone, joined by Brian Wilson, Nick Delgazzo. Gentlemen, how are you?
What's up?
We'll get in all the extra in a minute here, what we're going to be talking about. Mr. Wilson, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. My
Good.
mic levels aren't proper, though, I can tell.
Well, you're proper, so you want
I'm
to
not
talk.
hearing.
Well, that's a
properly.
different story. That doesn't mean you're not proper, Bri. Some guys like them up
You can hear me,
juice.
though? You're good?
Some guys like them juicy. Some guys don't like them up high. So
I want it juicy. I'm trying to get aggressive
Well,
today.
what happened is the other day they never turned these off, the speakers, so I hear all this echo when we open up, and I'm all shook up. What's going on? I thought we were smacking off the ceiling for a second. It's good to be able to hear you normally now. Well, listen, like everybody for joining us here, Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We'll talk about throughout the course of the show, and it's a sweeps idea, what guys who started somewhere and were great players, and when they left, they became hated, villains, or any other way you want to word it. He's got a list of 25. We'll talk about most of them guys. We'll get to the whole list, and we'll talk about some of them too. Phillies looking to split on the road trip to up 10-2, but at Coors Field.
It's already 10-3.
You get nervous to make that announcement.
I think Cargo just hit a triple-decker.
Oh, that happens there.
Yeah, anything can happen there. there's a lot of game left.
A
There's
lot
of game
happens there.
Oh, a lot goes on there. We're going to go to biggest snubs of the 2016 All-Star Game for Major League Baseball. We'll get into that throughout the course of the show. We'll break down the MLB All-Star Game as well through the course of the show. A lot of things we're going to talk about. I want to mention the Cubs had the MLB's worst record. Now, they won today. They were 5-15 since June 21st. And now they're 6-15, but still. The worst record in National League
They got it down.
since that time period.
Yeah, Cardinals-Pirates got it down like 6.5. And Cardinals aren't even playing well. Pirates are playing good.
Yeah, and I know they're going to come back down to reality a little bit, but
Yeah,
that's, disturbing a little
Absolutely.
bit. Curse of the Billy Goat. Still around.
What it is
That
really,
goat hasn't gone anywhere.
I mean, they're still hitting. Their pitching has not been good the last month.
Pitching's atrocious. All right, they're kicking it around a little bit, and then like situational hitting, they're not second and third or first and third with less than 2 outs. They're not driving in that run. Or, just playing situational baseball.
The game, it's the way it's supposed to be
Yeah,
played.
exactly.
basically.
They've been bludgeoning you to death, those first 2 months, and now it's like, when they need you to, you need to hit ground ball in a second, they're Kane or popping up. So, it is what it is.
That's what you get with young guys, though.
Yeah, no,
you do get that with young guys.
Absolutely.
That's why you just don't crown.
That's why we're hoping
too
the
quick.
Phillies will take their guys. We'll get their guys up.
Hey, let them play.
We've been talking about for weeks.
It's too many. A year now. I feel like I've been talking about it.
Yeah.
In case of the Phils. Listen, the main
JP
question I just want to get to, if you have free tickets to the MLB All-Star Game, would you go, sell? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, A2D Radio is how you can find us, and it's brought to you by BMW Atlantic City. They've challenged their sales team. They must sell 100 vehicles, which means you save right now. At least a certified pre-owned Elite 2016 BMW 320i with xDrive, just $299 a month for 36 months. The ultimate driving experience is closer than you think. BMW Atlantic City. Easy to get to. Minutes off exit 37 of the Parkway. Online, BMWAtlanticCity.com. What do you do, gentlemen? Do you go? You sell?
Personally, right now, I would sell. Because I went to when it was in Philly, 96,
I was
believe.
just going to say, but you read my mind.
I
I went to the
was a
Derby.
kid.
Me and Tony went to the Derby. We didn't get tickets to the All-Star Game.
I
went to the
game
Derby. That
and
was
the
cool.
Fan
You know what I mean?
Fest.
But yeah. No.
I was at Fan Fest,
Yeah,
but
Fan Fest
we were
was a great
kids.
time.
We were kids.
But yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. If I was to have a couple kids running around, 6 to 13, whatever, 14, I'd probably take them and go enjoy the game, let them try to get there early, get some autographs, maybe catch a home run ball, batting practice, that is. But something fun for the kids. Personally, I don't really care. I mean, it's an All-Star Game. I know it's for home field in the World Series. It shouldn't be. First off, I'll delve into that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't go. I'd sell. and I'm not looking for much. Like $6 and a 6-pack.
Yeah, I think it just depends I was that's where I was earlier. Agree with you 1,000%. Depends where it is now. I guess we're talking about if it was in Philly. Now I've changed my stance only because I forgot about Trouty. In the sense where, like, if I bring about, if we're able to get a bunch of us to go, I like you guys to meet him, or, just a great dude, salt of the earth guy. You don't have to, kiss his feet, but it's just a good, there's good some introduction right there. You get to, and it'll be good to see him and some other guys, up close and personal.
Well, let me ask you this.
You can just take a trip to Millville in January. And see.
Here we go.
We'll be in a tree stand.
Here we go.
You can't find him.
Well, what happens if, in that case, where you had tickets and it was 10 of you had tickets to go to the game? Do you still have that conversation around the table about selling 10? Like, all you guys are selling your tickets, or is that
I don't
something?
know. I think
if you have a group,
is kind of better. It's like, yeah, the group's better.
but if you have individual or pair of tickets, say you have a pair, you're most likely selling. I think if I anything less than a pair, I'm selling.
I don't know.
Pair or less, I think
I'm
I sell.
probably selling. I'm probably selling just because I don't really care about the All-Star game.
Well, no, I mean,
But
this is the whole point because
I'd rather
all
go- I'd
sports
rather
All-Star
go-
games stink now.
I'd rather go to the Home Run Derby.
Home Run Derby, yes.
No, first off, baseball All-Star game is probably the best of all of them. 'Cause
Agreed.
I mean, you can't fake baseball. It's not like they're not playing defense like in basketball or whatever, All right? So
And guys are trying to make pitches, guys are trying to hit the
No,
ball.
No,
so,
absolutely.
I mean,
they try to win the game. They do.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just usually there's a lot of good pitching and there's not a lot of hitting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like the American League takes like eight or nine closers, and those guys usually tend to have the filthiest stuff on the planet. And it's like, hey,
Yeah.
man, it's tough to
I
hit.
was gonna say the National League took what
You're
9
seeing a new
starters,
guy every
and
day.
the AL only took like 4 starters.
Yeah.
They switch it up a little bit,
You're
yeah.
seeing a new guy every inning. It's like, I mean, most of the stars only playing 4 or 5 innings anyway, but you're seeing a new guy. Chapman's in the 5th inning. He's throwing 1,000. You're like, oh, man.
Well, yeah.
Then it's Kimbrel, and then, at the time it was Mariano at the end. He's a lot of fun.
well, it's the reason to
great.
do it is, I mean, these guys, it's more in their routine to get up for an inning. They know what to put in to get up for an inning. In the pen for a starter, it's almost, it's tougher to come in for that one inning
I think
as
it's
a
also,
starter.
I think
So
it's also
they got it
because
right.
there is a bounty. However you could say this word,
Yeah,
I'm struggling
bountiful.
with it.
There it is.
It's the
Bountiful.
the
Yeah,
amount
stay
of
with it, bro.
closers in the AL
You had it.
that
Keep
are
trucking.
really good
Yeah.
are bountiful. Meanwhile, the starters, not so much. A lot of good starters in the NL there, though. So it goes hand in hand.
Just
Yeah.
depends on what you got.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm selling. If I have free tickets to
Who
the All-Star
starts?
game.
Did they announce the starters yet? Not the starters, the pitcher that's going to start.
Yeah.
Do we know yet? Did they say it? I don't think they say it till tomorrow, right?
No, with
Or
Kershaw.
tonight.
Yeah, I know. With Kershaw, heard it might be Cueto.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be Cueto. He's having a really good year.
And
I would guess
over there, it could have been Salazar, even though he just got tittied yesterday.
could be Steven.
Salazar
could
just
be
got
Steven
replaced,
Wright.
didn't he?
Oh, I don't know that.
Well, because he pitched today, right?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Or
no,
no?
he got lit up last night.
Oh,
Six
that's
He's
right.
got replaced by.
yeah, 6 earnings last night. Makes sense.
Let me get you.
Sanchez.
Jose Quintana
Really?
just replaced Danny Salazar.
Yeah, because the stuff was good.
Could
Yeah, that
be
was-
His
Sa-
record
could
was
be
terrible.
Sale.
That was only like an
starts.
hour ago,
Yeah.
so that wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah, Sanchez replaced Kimbrel.
Who, Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron
Oh, I
Sanchez.
like Aaron
he was on
Sanchez.
our snub list that we were talking.
Yeah.
You were coming up with. I thought was great, and I had him as one of my guys. And then last night I saw it. Kimbrel was out like 4 to 6 weeks, so they replaced him with
Oh,
Sanchez.
see you, Craig.
Sanchez.
Well, what can they do? We all talk
Oh,
about
yeah, they
selling.
traded for Ziegler, which
Yeah.
killed me. I officially don't have a closer.
Yeah, I have
my
Kimbrel.
one
I
leg
picked
now.
up Uehara.
Well, I had
Ziegler,
Ziegler and Miller, who both
Nobody
aren't
cares
closers
about your
anymore.
fantasy team. You know this, right? I mean,
All right.
you're over
I'm
here
sorry.
talking like
you know what? Maybe
about people
maybe-
actually give a
maybe
rat's
he can
ass about
talk-
your
maybe he can
fantasy
talk to us about
baseball team.
how the guy at the 10-year-old girls softball league was yelling at him again.
At the end of a show, Brian, you're sitting here having a conversation about your fantasy team,
Me and Nick are having a good combo.
about your
And-
fantasy team. You
and we
think he
don't-
gave a
and-
rat's ass about what you just said about your fantasy team?
Yeah, he does, because we like to talk baseball at all times. We don't care what it is. You over on the other hand, you're just over there. You're
And
Scott.
I did say Kimbrel was on my team too. So
Well, that's fine.
And you're just a
I
guy.
take responsibilities too.
No, don't-
I opened the
no,
door.
no, no.
I opened up the fantasy door, my friend.
Well, this is what he
Couple
does.
dogs and a guy.
All right, don't open up them doors. Keep them doors shut.
2 men and a baby.
Yeah. Baby Brian.
No, that wouldn't be correct.
All right, so now what I was going to ask you, I don't even know what the hell I was going to ask you because I get in this freaking argument with you because you're talking your freaking goddamn fantasy teams.
Well,
So
sis-
what can they do? What can Major League Baseball do now, they played, made it worth. If you win, you get to host the World Series. You get game 1, game 2, whatever. You get home field advantage. So they did that. But what can and you don't like that, Will. So what can they do to make the All-Star game better? I mean, what really can they do? And it goes really not only for Major League Baseball, but for all sports. What can they do? I mean, it sort of lost its luster over time, and I think it goes for all of them.
Yeah, it's just it should just be more of a skills thing, really. That's really all it is. And I mean, what is it really? Like Willie said, baseball of all the 4 majors is the most realistic one. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to look like a hammerhead. You know what I mean? When Schilling, that one year said, "Hey, I'm throwing you 3 fastballs," and he threw 3 fastballs. I think it was by A-Rod or something. You know what I mean? Like that's pride. That's your pride. That's your pride. Messing with you right there. He's knocking on the door. It's like, hey, it's pride here. You know what I mean? So the other ones, like you said, hey, they're gonna pull off from half court, and then nobody's gonna play any D in the NBA. Hockey, nobody wants to get hurt because it's that's a violent sport. They're just gonna skate around, do enough, and
their one was
try to
actually
look good.
better this year, though. If you remember hockey, because they broke it down into small games. They had 2 small games. The last one was only 1-0.
Gotcha.
Remember how they did that? 4 different teams. And
Yeah. So yeah,
they played multiple games.
Yeah, to Tommy's point, so they probably sat in a room and said, hey, how can we make it better? So they kind of looks like they might have figured it out, And the NFL, I mean, come on, we know what the Pro Bowl is. I mean, it's
listen,
ridiculous. It can't be before the Super Bowl. That's number one. I don't care what you do. If you're not going to do a skills thing or you don't want to do you don't want to do that, it's got to be afterwards. You know what I mean? Having it before is terrible.
Well, why not
You're losing
just
the 2 teams that are there. They're loaded with guys. That's why they made it to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And it's just stupid.
Well, listen, why not do it like this? Right.
Not to mention they don't hit.
Yeah,
the biggest hit ever in the history of the Pro Bowl, I think, was Sean Taylor on the punter.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah, that was the hardest hit.
Brian Moorman, I think might have been the punter.
So why not do it like this for baseball? You have your home run derby, you keep your home run derby because that still has its luster in a way. People enjoy it. People love it when a guy
back.
They love
Go!
it. Everybody loves a home run. Gets the girls excited.
Chicks dig the
like
long
to say.
ball.
Yeah, they love it. But why not just do the futures game instead? I mean, over half of the players that played in the futures game last year reached the major leagues this year. So half of the 50 players on last year's roster have reached the majors.
Going on right now.
I'm just saying. I understand what is going on.
They do the futures game.
Is he missing it? I'm just saying
I'm not missing it. I'm saying
put more to luster just into the futures game. When you have the All-Star game coming after and you don't put it.
the All-Star game though.
Listen, we're talking about ways to make it better.
I disagree. I think the
Sweep just
baseball
sat here
was
talking
good.
about skills competitions, doing it differently there. So I'm just going into that routine right there. We're having a conversation
why are you
now.
getting so mad? I'm having
Nobody's
a
getting
conversation
mad.
with you.
You raised your voice, so I raised it louder. That's how that
talk loud.
goes.
I just talk loud. I got a few more octaves. Don't worry.
Now, do we have enough guys to do USA versus World at the major league level? You know what I mean? Because that's what they do in the futures game. I mean, do we have do we have enough guys? Doesn't mean that you have to be have 28 home runs and 70 RBIs at the break. Can you be having a good enough year where you can break it down like that, where everybody
Well,
gets
I'm sure you
excited.
could.
More people get excited about that kind of stuff, But really, what you're talking about, you're talking about the Pro Bowl and stuff like that, money is the only thing that motivates these guys. You understand? And I know it's 50 and 25, and to us, that's delicious. To them, it's like, come on. You know what I mean? That pays for the people to come down. They bring their entourage down. If they win, the $50K goes towards, bottles of champagne and paying for all the family that came down. But if you make it
Bottles of Dom.
if you get some sponsors or something and it gets up to 100, now you're talking about, now you might see some hits because it's after the season. Where like baseball and these other ones, there's still a season left. The NFL, if it's done like it's always done, after the Super Bowl, season's over. You know what I mean? So, say there's no reason to not ratchet it up a little bit and say, hey, let's, button that chin strap up a little bit here and make it, 100,000, 150,000 and whatever.
I mean, they get a little extra
You
coin
can
if
make it
they
even
win.
more. Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it a mill.
Yeah,
And guess
because
what?
Goodell
If-
makes 44 million, right?
if you don't, you get a mill if you win, and if you lose, you got to pay all your expenses. You don't get shit. Oh.
Well,
then-
the
then you
Players
got it.
Union will never allow
Yeah,
it to
yeah,
even happen.
I'm
so.
well aware, but whatever. That's why the Players Unions are pricks.
Yeah.
Well, why not, you go 250K, say, if you lose, and then you go to mill if you win. So you have a big
Well, then everyone wants
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
Then they're complaining, "Oh, I'm not pulling out. I hurt my foot. I'm still going. Still going."
Guy's playing with a broken kneecap. Hey,
I'm just saying. I
Take
mean,
me up.
you want to try to make it
No,
better.
no,
I'm
I'm
just thinking
saying.
of ways. Money talks. So if money's the only way to make guys play harder, then you throw more money around. Because the only way you're going to bring luster back to the game is if you see it with your eyes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For all 4 major sports, if you see it with your eyes in all-star games and festivities like that, and if you see the product getting better, you're going to watch it more. You know, especially for, the Pro Bowl. You know, I just remember at one point it meaning something to me, and then it's slowly just getting worse, and worse. So, I think it just depends for the person. I mean, I guess if you're younger, younger than us, and you're maybe 14, 15, say that age, maybe these all-star games still matter to you. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just something with us as we get older, we read through the bullshit. I don't know. That's what I'm asking you guys.
No, absolutely. I don't have a problem getting rid of it. I mean, you can still honor guys. I have no problem with just doing the skills thing the day before and just honoring the guys and maybe do something where almost like not quite like a scarlet letter, but like a good scarlet letter where guy wears a gold jersey the rest of the second half. You know what I mean? Like in any of the sports. I mean, I know you want to be a good teammate. You don't want to stand out like a sore thumb, but hey. Tommy Arnone, he's the only guy on the Milwaukee Bucks. They're a lone all-star. There he is. Can't miss him.
See, that's the issue I have when we're talking about it. That's
So
the,
guys
that's the
will never
problem I
pass
have.
anymore in the NBA. Guys will never pass.
I get to wear a golden jersey.
Never dish. There's no Simmons dishes. Go ahead.
That's the problem I have with the one problem I have with the MLB All-Star Game is this whole a guy from each team has to go bullshit. That's such bullshit. If you're going to make the game where the winners play, get home field advantage in the World Series, which is a huge deal. Obviously, we all agree that's a huge deal. If you're going to do that, then the best players should be there. I don't give a shit if it's 9 from one team. There shouldn't be that you have to take a guy from the shitty Phillies or the shitty Braves. It's ridiculous.
No, I agree with
Like,
that.
Odubel does not
listen,
doesn't belong.
I agree with
He's
it.
having a good year, doesn't belong.
No, not some of
I-
the candidates
Yeah.
that
Another guy,
should have.
Braves. Who made it for the Athletics? Stephen Vogt hitting 268. Come on. Get him out of the game. He's only there because you have to have a guy from Oakland there.
Listen, I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I think I want to take it a step further and take the fans out. It should only be like part of the vote. There's no way that the whole Cubs infield is starting. That's just not.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
why.
yeah, well,
I got no
why?
time for that.
Well,
I
because
understand
they love
that.
the fan
I
vote.
understand.
Yeah, but the fan vote can be misconstrued when when you got guys stuffing ballots like that.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Well, the
listen,
Cubs
you're
are
a big
good, so
market.
they're sold out.
Yeah, but look, again, we all doubt. This is why we all started growing up. We hate the Yankees even more than we should, maybe, right? Because growing up, all in the All-Star game was the Yankees, and even with fan votes, the big market teams are going to outweigh the other ones. We did it here when we were good in Philly. We were getting 4 or 5 guys, nothing like this crazy, but we were
when
getting a
there's
lot of
good-
guys.
When there's a good Asian player in any sport, they get like the number 1 votes. because
Right,
they-
so, I mean, this
they
is what's
send
happening.
10 million ballots to China, and they vote for him every time.
Now you think
Every
this team?
ballot.
Now the Cubs are good. We all know they're good. They're struggling of late, but we know they're good, and we know their infield's good. But that's the whole starting infield. Like that makes me not want to watch. Now,
Yeah.
now is it going to bring in Cubs fans? Yeah, but the whole as this country, you're not going to get everybody watching all over the
I
place.
agree
Like
with
if
2 of the
Daniel
4.
Murphy's not a starter in the All-Star game, then you shouldn't have an All-Star game.
No,
Come on, dude.
he's been
Come on.
raking.
16 homers, 352. Come on. I mean, get out of here.
17
You know what I mean?
now.
That's not a
Yeah,
starting
17.
All-Star. I don't
Come
know
on.
what the hell is
That's
anymore.
that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Like, we know
and I
he's-
hate the guy.
we know
but
he's
at the
there,
end of
but
the
yeah,
day,
yeah.
it's what's right is
I
right.
love the fact that he's pounding the mutts this
Yeah,
year.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Killing him.
Yo, I still have
Killing
a
him.
bet with Rob Povey and Mike Mataraki that I promised them he would bat over 300 this year, right? And they had him at
I think I remember that
They had like
shot, too.
260, 250.
Yeah, roll
Remember,
the
they
tape.
really thought he was going to struggle, which I understood some of the thought process. But I said, when you get in the lineup with Harper
Batting behind
and
Harper.
these guys, you're gonna get pitches to hit. And he's listen, he's taking advantage. The
And
guy's
now
raking.
now he's batting in front of Harper.
And you don't see that a lot. He's carried it over.
Yeah.
What he did in the postseason, he's really carried it over to this year a lot, and
I
that's
thought-
good. And that's
Yeah.
big time.
I didn't think
He
it
didn't
was
check out.
I didn't think it was a bad sign. I thought it might have been a bad contract.
I
You know what
agree.
That's
I
all.
agree.
So, but I like him as a player. I wouldn't expect the Ruthian stuff to continue. But
Yeah,
wow.
he's killing the
I
ball.
mean,
But like, if you look at it that way, I mean, 2 of the 4 are justified in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Obviously,
Chris
Brian
Bryant and Rizzo. Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Shortstop. I think Addison Russell is a player. Now, is he there yet as a starter? Probably
No,
not.
no.
He should.
I mean,
be
not
starting.
when you talk about 3 guys that we're talking about: Seager, Story, and Diaz. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Diaz, I mean, he's like on the on the bottom half of that. You know what I mean?
He's having a really good year.
But he's having a great year. But I mean, the
Singer
other
should be
two guys-
starting.
Yeah, come on.
Singer should be starting.
Come on.
You know, and
Absolutely.
there's two guys that were talking about the
Yeah,
NL,
absolutely.
and I think you start putting them guys in the
And
NL,
then-
it looks a little better. I think that lineup looks a little better than it does now too.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're trying to win too,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
you know,
And Segura and
fans don't know shit.
I think Zobrist is starting second, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Zobrist starting second.
Zobrist isn't a bad player, but like you said, Murphy and Segura both having better years. Segura didn't even make team.
Yeah, Segura's having a big bounce back year.
Great year.
Big bounce back year.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, that kid came up, does it all. And he had
Milwaukee?
he had a big, he had a
Huge,
good rookie
huge.
year, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
just got a little worse,
low, yeah.
and now he's having a little bounce back.
Yeah, yeah.
Good for him.
I think he's first in hits in the NL or second.
Yeah, it's almost like they
behind
gave him
Murphy.
away. You know what I mean?
This whole, I
Like,
mean,
it's almost like
They
they gave
did.
him away.
Milwaukee did
I
give him
feel
away.
like he was
Yeah.
like the Trey Burke of baseball. He almost like he gave him away.
you could even, I mean,
What's he hitting? 315?
you can't argue to Chris Bryant. We can't argue. I mean, you could maybe. I don't think you can even argue to Rizzo.
No, I mean, I won't argue.
I mean, you
Rizzo.
could old Gold.
I mean,
You
can
could
always-
argue
say
for
Goldie.
Goldie.
You could old Goldie,
You
obviously.
could, but I'm fine with them two starting.
Yeah, so am I. On the best team. Goldie's on a shit team.
It'd just be different. Like if they had 3 starters and 2 were infielders and 1 was an outfielder, it would feel a little different to me. But when you got them all right in the infield, it makes you not want to watch in a way. You know, if you're not a Cubs fan or you hate the Cubs, you're not tuning into that nonsense.
What's it called was like fourth in the outfield, and he's had a shitty year. Hayward was like fourth in outfield voting.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Oh, because they're going to stuff the ballots. And I don't blame them because we would do the same thing here in Philly. Big markets, it's an unfair advantage for when you're good. Small markets, when you're good, it doesn't matter because you don't have enough people to vote anyway.
Well, Kansas City did
Right.
last year.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
still,
but
in terms of
they
baseball,
started
though,
a whole thing last year.
that's all they have is
Get
baseball and
everyone-
football, though. So you can't – see, people judge their market because they don't have 4 major sports. But if you think about it, they have 2 – you know, and that gives you more fanfare in them too when you don't have 4 to fight over. So they've always been a baseball city, even when they stink.
yeah.
I'm just giving them a reason why I can see them getting the ballot stuff. If Tampa's damn good, they're not stuffing ballots in Tampa.
No.
You know,
First
even
off-
Miami, they're not stuffing
First
ballots
off-
in Miami.
First off, you have to vote online, so Miami and Tampa are out because the
Yeah.
old people don't know how to vote.
All right, the 2 of the best in the business. I got to step out for 1 second. The old man's a knucklehead, and Christine's locked out. He has Arcadis. Let me call him. All right.
Oh yeah. Willie,
Well, we'll stick with it.
how are you, brother? It's been a while. I don't even know if I like looking across the table. Just keep the conversation going now.
I don't know if I like looking across the
No,
table.
I,
Is that
don't,
what
I
you
had it one
said?
bit. Let me get a read in. We're continuing Major League Baseball All-Star coverage here, just talking about a little bit of everything. And that's brought to you by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. 703 Black Horse Pike, Glendora, New Jersey. 856-939-2030 on the web, sportsoutletinc.com. If you're just joining us, Tom Arnone, Brian Wilson, Nick Delgazzo, agree or disagree right here at HUDRadio.com. And the question,
The
we got
bad boys.
We got more questions coming up throughout the show, but one of our main question tonight, if you had free tickets to the MLB All-Star game, would you go? Sell. And just say a pair or under, would you go or sell? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, HUD Radio is how you can find us.
I think we agreed that you would go in a group atmosphere. Okay, everyone's having fun. We're
Yeah.
going. We're slinging some beers back.
Cocktails.
We're throwing hot dogs.
Throwing hot dogs around.
Talking to the ball girls. Who knows? We're doing a lot of
We're
things.
doing a lot of
We're doing
talking.
a lot of things.
lot of things.
We're
Yeah.
yelling at Trout how Millville's a shithole. We're doing a whole bunch of stuff. all
We're
right?
getting booted for yelling
Yeah.
at Trout.
We're doing a bunch of stuff. Now, if it's just 2 of you, if it's you and your son, okay, I'll get you. You go.
You go.
If it's me right now, I don't know. I'm not going.
I'm not going. If I got a ticket with you, I probably don't go with you.
I see it. See, that's the guy you are. I'm fine.
I would definitely go
I'm
with
fine
you.
with that.
I would definitely go with you. It just depends on the
First off, we have a great time.
– yeah, it depends on who you're taking,
I actually
too.
kind of missed the rides up to Burlington.
Like what-
I'm happy being home.
Yeah, I
Kind
agree.
of missed the ride up.
I do. We had great talks.
Great
but listen
rides,
to
great
this.
rides.
So if like the number 15 guy on your list calls you, and the number 15 guy on your list calls you, right? And he's asking you, he's got an extra ticket. I'm not as intrigued to go. But if you have like a top 5 guy on your list call you, like one of your top 5
I'm curious.
baseball
Who's
guys,
your top 5 baseball
I'm not going
guys?
to go out on a limb.
I want to hear it.
We'll do that on another show. But you know what I mean? So if you like one of your good baseball buddies calls you, and you just know, like, you go with this guy, not only is it a good time,
Yeah.
but it's a great baseball time.
He's not going to wear khakis and a polo to the game.
Exactly.
That guy. You're not going to.
We don't want that guy.
You don't want that guy.
We want the guy who's going to go buy buy the Herrera jersey just to buy it for the sake, that we're going.
I don't want that guy either.
I was just gonna say.
I had to throw that in there. I had to throw that in there to you.
Now we went to the game. Now all of a sudden he's the guy that we went to the game with.
Yeah, Christ.
Hey, just come back with a Miller Lite for
He's
me.
bat flipping.
Well, that's what we were saying. Like if you had a top, number 15 guy on your list calls you, you probably don't go. But in a group setting, yeah, you go. So just breaking down the All-Star game a little bit, gentlemen, and
Phil's 10-3 final.
Final.
Last game before the break.
final, go 2-2
End
out
up,
there, which
end
is
up
tough.
42-48. Really not a bad first half.
No, if you really look at it, it's a damn good first half.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's on pace.
Somebody's about 77 wins. 76.
72 left, right? That's 90.
Yeah, 70s, high 70s, which is good. I mean, you asked me for the season, any of us, you would take high 70s, right?
I told you. I thought it would be around 60s. So
Well,
yeah.
Shit, I mean, I think I'd rather have it be in the 60s and get another real high pick again, but,
Well, 'cause
beggars
there's-
can't be choosers.
Yeah, 'cause
I'd
what I
rather
said,
see him
what
play
I-
better ball.
What did I say? There's 72 left, so 30 and 42 still puts you at 72 wins right there.
Yeah, and that's, 12 games under 500 in the second half. And I think with some pups coming up, Eflin pitched good today, Coors Field. Listen, for any kid to go in to pitch well there, you seen Eichhoff deal with it last night. He was cruising.
Yeah.
I mean, Jared Eichhoff was cruising last night. I'm
he
like,
hit that 6th inning hard.
and all of a sudden, he was hitting spots and painting spots, and they got a good lineup, Colorado.
They can
and,
hit.
And they're just making, good pitches in the singles. And so I started to feel a little bit. And listen, then when it explodes there, it explodes there.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? It gets out of hand. It's 8-2 in a blink. And you're
Next-
like, was that a
next-
triple down the first base line?
Yeah.
Like that, you know what I mean? Like that kind of shit.
Next thing you know, like Blackman, LeMahieu, Cargo, and Story all hit doubles in a row, and you're like, shit, what just happened?
Yeah, they're bludgeoning. They're bludgeoning you, man. I'm telling you, it's like they just can't get anybody.
Not to
go
mention
there.
Arenado, who you intentionally walked in the middle.
Yeah, they can't just get anybody outside to go there. But I mean, that lineup is tough.
They hit. Well, LeMahieu hitting 330 really helps.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and you're never going to get a pitcher to go there anymore. I mean, they've tried to get a few older arms to go there,
Well,
but
they got to hold on to some of these young guys.
Yeah, I was just
John
gonna
Gray
say,
can
John
throw.
Gray's
you
nice.
got to keep them.
Chatwood
Yeah,
can
yeah.
throw.
Yeah.
Well, you got to plead to these guys. I mean, you almost have to sell them on the
You-
road.
you almost have
You
to-
almost have to sell them on the road. Like,
No,
listen, I know we play 81 at home,
You know
but
what
we
you
also
gotta
play
do?
81 on the
You know
road.
what you got to do is you got to overpay them.
Yeah.
You
Well, in that
overpay-
league,
you
you can
overpay.
too. In that league, you can overpay too. Listen, something I didn't mention I want to talk to you about later on in the show, or we can do it right now. I don't care. But, a little
Or an
bit.
open book.
I mean, I'm not Mr. Summer League basketball here by any stretch, but I am into watching the number 1 pick, number 2 pick play a little bit, and definitely our number 1 pick in Simmons play. All I got to say is, and we can talk about it later even more, the kick him flat. His court vision is flat out something special. I mean, just flat out something special.
Might be the best young passer that we've seen since Sabonis.
Wow. And if he doesn't have the ball in his hand as a point guard,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
I mean,
I'm going to tell you right now.
You guys are young pups, but I know you remember Arvidas.
Oh, we
Sabonis,
never- no better footwork down the post.
Wow, that guy can. That guy
That's
had
keen.
tremendous vision. For a big guy, and this kid is something special, man.
Yeah, and he's
He
got a
really is.
lot more athletic ability than Arvidas Sabonis had.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No,
Well,
but
no-
I'm saying, but
Yeah, yeah,
passing wise, I totally
Yeah.
Well, if
agree.
you listen, I mean, Sweet, I know you tuned in last night when I told you it was on. And, I mean, listening to it, and he had Brett Brown on at halftime at some point in the game, but he was talking about that, and the announcer was saying that you want to, you build a team around Simmons, but build him around what he can do well. And Brett Brown was even saying, like, I don't think we're ever going to bring in a true point guard to say, hey, you're our point guard. We're going to bring in guys who can play 1 and 2 because we know this guy is going to need the ball in his hands a lot. And just hearing that, this guy's, listen, he's going to play 1 through 5 like we talked about, but the ball, he's going to be carrying the ball up a
You
lot.
ever watch Cleveland play? Because
Well,
LeBron's not their point guard.
And if you're
But
older-
who brings the ball up
Yeah.
70% of the time?
crazy.
LeBron.
Well, say if you're an older viewer and you don't like the NBA today, go back to a little Magic in his day. Could rebound, start the fast break. The whole run and gun that the Lakers did
Yeah,
back in the day
Showtime.
was all
Like you said,
Magic.
it's a summer league. You understand? But
The vision, though. You can't teach the
Just to
vision.
watch it. It's just what we always talk about, the eye test, all right? And we're 100% right in our conviction of that's who you should have took. You understand? And I just can't wait. You don't need to puff out your chest. I just want to sit back and just laugh at all the
Yep.
morons.
I wanna
right?
puff
When this
a
guy
little bit.
I'll
when this
puff.
guy becomes when
Can
this
I
guy's
puff?
a superstar, I just want to laugh at all the morons that said he couldn't shoot or he wasn't a winner. He didn't get to the tournament at LSU. Thanks, but no thanks. You understand? The guy did he, at 8, 10, and 8 last night. Like like that, like it was nothing. And
Like
he
that,
said-
and that's not-
like
yeah.
he said. That's what Bron does. You know what I mean? Like not comparing the two, but come on.
And that's
When
what he
came
does,
in-
Sweets,
when he
without the
came in league-
15-footer right now. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking like he doesn't take it right now because I don't think he has confidence in it a lot.
No, he doesn't.
But the time to take it would be Summer League, get them shots, get used to them shots. But without all that, without even having the long-range jumper and all that yet, he still does all this,
He almost passes too much.
But
which is impossible.
But just think
I
about
mean, that's how much he makes everybody else look better.
But just
I mean,
talk- like,
some guys in Summer League stink.
like people
No,
just
and first off, he's been
Sorry, Sweets.
no, you're good. You're
They've
good.
blown. He could have far more assists in these first 3
Yeah,
games
yeah,
because people just been blowing open looks.
A lot
And
of
he's
open
getting them.
looks.
But I mean, any
Open looks.
haters or any doubters, just roll the tape last night and watch how overmatched Ingram is compared to Simmons. You understand? It doesn't matter if he's covering him or not. Like Ingram is what we thought he was. You know, we broke down. Just a gunner, just a guy.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be a slasher and he's
He's
going to
a
be a good
guy.
player.
He's a
You know what I mean?
guy.
He's just a guy to me. You
And
know what I mean?
Ingram?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a guy.
just firing up shots. You know
That's
what I
all
mean?
he is. Jack
4 for
City.
20.
He's not going to make anybody better.
Yeah.
And listen, even when and at the end of the day, if he does become the player that people think he'll be, which was a real good shooter in this league, you're talking about a guy who's going to need to demand 25 to 30 shots to be able to do what he does if he becomes that player. And then the rest of that environment, because their point guard ain't going to deal with that. I'm going to write that down right now.
Well, I mean,
listen, their point guard who jacked 20 shots in a goddamn Summer League game isn't going to play that game, and he's a crumb too. It's Summer League, brah. Right? Get a clue when you're going in the stands in a Summer League game.
And he
It's
cursed.
all juiced
And
up.
he cursed.
And he
I love
cursed.
it.
What a
Oh.
scumbag.
First off,
Seriously.
do we need
Crumb.
Do we need to discuss D'Angelo Russell anymore?
No, but just to make a point.
Dude,
Crumb
no
City.
one, he had to go into his stands because no one on his team would high five him.
Nobody
All
wanted him.
No one wants to talk to him.
Yeah.
What a
Well,
what
they
a
don't
crumb.
even know because it's the first. They're like first year and second
Yeah.
year guys, so they don't really.
They just
know
know to
like-
keep their phones on
Yeah,
lock
they're-
and check hits.
Yeah, they
You
know. They know a little.
All
bit.
the second year guys,
Yeah.
as soon as they walked in, they were like, "Yo, stay away from him."
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're right.
Snitch.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
watch it. You know,
Like,
watch
I
what you
was
say
yelling-
around.
I know, right?
Snitch.
Watch
I,
what you
get
say
snitched.
around.
I couldn't imagine being that. Like,
You can't
I'm
rebound from that there.
I'm yelling rat at the TV. Like I don't care. You beat the Sixers. It's a summer league
yeah.
game. But like, shut up. I mean, you
You're
curse.
a rat.
You're a class act, and that's what I said. I said, shut up, rat. You're a rat.
The only way, I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's ever
Piece
going to
of
work with him there
garbage.
in terms of game. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but I think he's more of a guy. They're going to have to keep him because he can play a little bit. I mean,
He can
I
play.
don't love his game. I don't love his game. He's another jacker, right? He's another jacker. I think we're in a better situation here in Philly in terms of basketball teams in the future of our teams.
What, than the Lakers are?
Yeah, I'm a big Julius Randle guy. Love him, love
Watch
him, love
when
him.
Embiid starts dominating. I'm
But
sorry.
when you got
People
a
still haven't seen
facilitator,
this kid yet.
when you have a facilitator that makes CJ McConnell look better, right, and every other guy in the summer league look better and give them easy looks,
mean,
and Stauskas
that's-
makes Stauskas look better.
See, there you go. Get outside of my head. right
Sorry,
now. Like three times he dribbled to the lane, kicked it out to Nick Poo-Poo, and he just absolutely drained it because nobody was on him. Everybody went to cover Simmons, got him a wide open look, and they're the ones that obviously Stauskas can hit like he's in his driveway on that YouTube video that we were all excited about when we signed him. 69 out of
Well, speaking
72.
about a driveway, what do you have in your driveway? Well, if you don't have someone good, BMW Atlantic City, they challenge their sales team. They must sell 100 vehicles, which means you save right now. Lease a certified pre-owned elite 2016 BMW 320i with xDrive. Just $299 a month for 36 months. The ultimate driving experience is closer than you think. BMW of Atlantic City. Easy to get to. Minutes off exit 37 of the Parkway. Online, BMW of AtlanticCity.com. And in a couple minutes, we'll take our one break because we still got a ton to get into here. You know, maybe if you guys want to dive in, we can keep the snubs till after the game and just break down a little bit on who we think, you know, it's important to both. You know, you got the Cubs whole starting infield. I mean, who do you think wins the game, and do you really even care? I think it goes twofold. Do you even give a rat's ass who wins, and who do you think wins? Even if you don't give a rat's ass, still tell me who you think wins.
We can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a rat's ass, and I know you guys really don't. You know, we're both all going to
Are
enjoy
we gonna
watching
pick a
the
home run
game.
derby participant? too?
Yeah.
Oh, we can do that. You guys want to pick who's winning the derp?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
that.
I got who's up right here on here. I'm watching live right now. I'm going to be the World versus USA right now, the future
The
game.
future game.
But this is why the only reason I said that earlier, like obviously I'd rather watch pro players play a little bit, but you know, in terms of building these players and getting people to know them even more, if you put them in a prime time slot, not on a Sunday, I'm talking about like prime time TV, like the All-Star game will be on, and you switch it up a little bit, you still have your derby, and you have some other skills competition type things, and this was the game that was played, it might not hurt the league. I mean, it's not going to
I mean, you can watch it right now.
I understand what you understand what
But
I'm saying.
not everyone has MLB Network.
You put more of an emphasis on this game as being bigger because if half the guys that were that played last year are already up in the big
Yeah,
leagues,
the problem, Tom, is that
I know there's a lot of problems with it.
well, here's the biggest problems with it is
Plunk Dominic Smith in the head from the Mets. Go ahead. Sorry, he's up to bat.
the biggest problems with it is first off, a lot of people consider baseball to be boring, and these are people that just don't understand the game. And I'm not going to delve too deep into that, but so they don't like baseball. You know, they watch for the stars and stuff, and then when you play in the Future Stars game, no one knows who these guys are yet. So it's going to get even less viewership than that. It's just not going to get the viewership that you want. Really, that's all. That's why they won't put it in the prime time.
No, I completely understand that. I completely get that. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help the league out in some way.
We know what you were saying. As baseball guys, we would love that. But that's why I countered you with USA versus World. Do we have, do we have enough, can we get that? Can we get enough guys?
Do we do it like North America versus World?
Yeah, can we probably
Can we bring the Canadians in?
Yeah, we need a couple of Canadians.
Well, I mean, you're bringing 25 of the best players from the U.S. to play in this game that you think. I mean, we should have enough, down low to play against the world, right? I don't know. Boys, what do you think?
We're talking about regular major leaguers.
MLB
though.
guys.
Oh, you go major league, 25
Yeah.
major league guys versus the world. Oh, okay. Like how hockey did a little bit.
Little
How
spice.
hockey's mixed that up a couple different times
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
different
A little
directions.
spicy chili type.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I love that. See where we stand, boys.
The problem
but yeah,
is-
you got 25. You have enough. You have 25. I mean, even if you're talking about, even if it's a kid,
'Cause
right? Kid. Now, what are the rules? Can you bring up a pup who's not up yet? But
Well, no, they got to be up.
Yeah, they got to be.
so I mean, the rules to
Well,
that.
it's they're all-stars game.
Yeah, I
understand
They gotta-
that, but
they got to be up and having a good
my
year.
point,
Yeah,
dude.
You can find 25
Yeah.
Americans.
I
having a
agree.
good year.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was just saying, if you couldn't, to Sweeps'
No.
point, what are you allowed
Yeah,
to do?
yeah, no, I know.
I mean,
What's
if
your
you look
leeway?
at
That's
it-
what I'm saying. You
if
just
you
have to
look at
look
it,
at
it's
it.
pretty easy. I think. I mean, you can look at it. You can field a team pretty easily. Obviously, the world team is going to be pretty talented.
Pretty good
Yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah.
They're gonna be
Pretty good
you
team.
know? They're gonna be
But now,
reloaded.
but now that we're
Call
thinking
that
about
the
it-
Latin American team.
but
You
now
shouldn't
that-
even call it the world team.
Well, yeah,
But now that we just now that we stuck our toe in this, and
Stuck her toe in it.
And Willie's got me going right now. Let's go around the horn because we're the best. Of
Are we
what
gonna pick
we're,
some guys?
We're the
Yeah,
best
let's
of
pick
what
some
we
guys.
do here. So I'm going to throw out Lucroy. Now let's go to first base. Lucroy could be our guy. I mean, he's
Goldschmidt has to be
13
first.
homer. You Goldie. There you go.
Now
Now we're going Murphy because he was our guy.
Yeah, we'll go Murphy.
Murphy, of course. Now it could be any. Now you can go Seager or Story.
If we're just going around the infield, go Seager. I
There you
take
go.
Seager. I take Arenado.
At
Right?
third?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Could
you
be
obviously take
Kobe Bryant
on the
And
staff.
Carpenter's having a great year too.
Matt
But-
Carpenter.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
love
saying
Matt
if
Carpenter.
we-
I'll take Matt Carpenter on my team
I'm
any
not
day of the
talking
week.
about
And-
Arenado's better, but
Yeah,
I'm saying
but
like
I'm
if we're
saying-
talking about
but I'm
Matt
saying-
Carpenter's on my
but I'm
team now.
saying
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Bryant Carpenter,
Oh, yeah.
they're on the team.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah, we almost
So-
forgot about Brian.
Oh, he can play left.
Yeah,
He can't play left.
In a
Can't play
pickle,
left.
he can play left.
But I mean, your staff's pretty filthy. Kershaw, Baumgartner,
Trout.
Arrieta,
Trout
hopefully.
and Harper in the outfield.
Trout, Harper. I mean, well, I'll go to work.
First off,
Yummy.
I think
We can play.
We want to win it.
We can
Yeah,
play.
we win it. Mookie Betts.
Yummy.
Hey, another one. Another one.
Betts, Harper, Trout. We're good.
Kershaw, Bumgarner.
I'm trying to look at the back end of your pen. Like who?
Kimbrel.
Kimbrel. I'll take him.
Yes, sir.
Stroud. Yeah, did you say Stroudsburg?
Yeah, Strasburg,
Lester.
Strasburg.
Lester,
There
yeah.
you go.
Syndergaard. I mean,
Syndergaard.
you're throwing some pops. I mean, that's the NL. I didn't get over to the AL side, and well, I got no arms over there. I didn't get into.
You got Sale.
Sale, he's on it. Hamels. I'll go to work with
Oh,
Cole.
yeah, we go Cole.
Cole be on my staff.
Little Coleywood.
Boys, we get this game done tomorrow.
Oh, my
They'll
God.
be loving us.
Trumbo's got to make the
Oh, you
team,
got to have
right?
Columbus on squad. Man,
All right,
well,
so
no,
now
he'll be
we
on our
just-
team.
Well, now we're
Okay.
loaded.
Now-
Now, that's what I was going to say.
Now,
Now
let's look at the world.
that's what I was going to say. Now that we're loaded, let's go around the horn now.
Let's look at the world. Yep.
Now,
Hold on, pump
the
or
world
break.
is probably
Molina?
Salvi.
Molina, yeah. Sally's got 14 homers. Yeah,
Salvi
yeah.
might be a little younger and better.
Molina's
at this point.
way better, but having a good half because we're talking about not just picking.
Well, they
like, we're
both
talking
they
about a
both
half.
make it. I mean, they're both
Oh
make
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
you're
both
right.
make
You're
it.
definitely right.
First base.
Let's say Salvi. Absolutely.
Ortiz.
Yeah, he might have to, put his glove on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll DH him. Who else can play first? I'm sure there's plenty.
Well, I mean,
Miguel
Abreu,
Cabrera,
Cabrera,
possibly.
Jose
Yeah,
Abreu.
Abreu, yeah.
So I mean, there's some pups there.
Yeah.
Second base.
Cano.
Cano.
You can just leave it there.
Yeah.
You don't have to go any, go any further. Hold
Maybe
on.
Odor As a backup,
Yeah.
I like Rugnich.
Shortstop.
Altuve.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot about him.
Wait, where's he from?
Altuve.
I don't think he's American
no,
born,
he's not
I
right?
mean, I know
American.
it's Jose. That's
He's-
always a good sign that,
No,
that,
he's not.
that he's not our next door neighbor.
He's not, he's
Well, now
not
you don't know.
American. He's not American.
Now you don't know.
yeah.
I think shortstop would be. I mean,
Could be
what-
Bogarts.
I guess
Could be-
Sander,
The young pup Diaz. Where's Bogarts from?
Aledimus.
Bogarts
Ah,
from
it
those
could
DR
be.
guys?
It could be Correa.
Curacao.
Oh, yeah,
Bogarts,
wow.
I think.
It could be Correa.
Oh yeah, Carlos maybe. Third base is probably Machado.
Probably. Not a hard one there. Not as the
Outfield's
I want to
extremely
know where
tough
Manny's
to pick.
from.
Manny Machado. I know where he's from. He's not. He might be Venezuelan.
I'll find out for you 2
Just
seconds.
because, like,
sure.
when they're so young, yeah, I feel like they're already here, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well,
You know
that's
what I
the
mean?
thing. Yeah.
Well,
not
they
saying
come
that
over-
we
they come
don't.
over at, like,
I'm not
16,
saying that he was
17.
born
Well,
here.
just
but
the
you know
way
what I
you
mean?
listen to him talk, you can find out
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick. I think Altuve speaks some pretty good English.
He does.
So,
now
I mean,
now we're in the outfield. Probably your boy. Probably.
no, hold on. We have Manny Machado. Let's go.
I told you.
Let's go. Get in here. We're winning this whole damn thing now. Get in here.
American?
He's American.
It's crazy.
We have too many
That's
third basemen. They might move him.
we want to trade him.
He was born in Florida.
Yeah.
He's born in, I don't
Now-
even know where this is in Florida.
Now the outfield is
Probably
probably
right
your
by
boy.
Miami.
Hialeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is. Hialeah.
Florida.
No, I know. It's in Florida, but I never heard of Hialeah.
Yeah, there's a racetrack there. That's the
Nah,
only
exactly.
reason
That's
know.
why I don't. That's why I don't know. Oh,
Hialeah
a
racetrack,
pony, or the
Tony track. Tony
Yeah,
track.
racetrack. Let's see,
Outfield, Cargo.
your boy's got to be out there. Cargo, his boy, probably.
who
Herrera, having a good year.
should be should be
Right away.
should be.
Bench guy. We'll give him a bench guy position.
No, yeah, he should make the squad
said
Uh,
that.
maybe.
for the world.
There's a bunch of other outfielders.
There's tons. I mean, there's tons.
I mean,
Nelson
Nelson
Cruz.
Cruz.
Nelson
Yeah,
Cruz is
I was
pretty
just
good.
thinking,
Yeah, I know.
how about Edwin Encarnacion? Maybe.
Batista's
Possibly.
having a bad year.
He's only had
Batista would be
Encarnacion only
there.
has 80 RBIs.
Batista
Well,
would
remember,
be
we have Josh
normal.
Donaldson at third too. So
Oh, yeah, we have Josh, too.
our third is loaded.
Oh, we loaded at
We're
third.
loaded.
All right,
I'll
is
tell you
the hot
what.
corner
I think we
incredible?
win this game.
I think we smoke them.
If you guys,
Who's their pitching?
if you aren't listening,
So Cueto, obviously, right? Cueto.
if Rob Manfred is listening, I mean, this idea is incredible.
Marco
Get on it.
Estrada.
Get on it,
Cueto,
There's
Estrada.
Cueto.
I mean, they got a lot of the pen guys. They got
Yeah.
Chapman. You know, they got
Julio Teheran's got to be probably in their rotation
I
somewhere.
like our chances.
yeah, so
Felix
do I.
Hernandez.
Jose Fernandez. Well, is Jose another American
How about-
though?
Well,
King
Jose
Felix.
was born in America, right?
That-
Or no,
how
no,
are you?
No, he was born in Cuba, I
King
think.
Felix.
We're gonna find out.
But he went to high school in America.
So
Jose
who's our guy?
Fernandez.
Who's our guy that you would hand the ball to? King, right? The King Felix.
I think you have
Cueto.
to.
It might be Jose Fernandez.
Well, Fernandez is.
Sugar, yeah.
Jose
If Fernandez is there,
Cueto.
This game just got fantastic.
I know.
'Cause,
I
mean,
think we're on to something. Wow.
nah,
Somebody
he's-
needs to give us a
our,
call.
I love
he was
our
born in
squad.
Cuba, so he
No, that's it.
yeah.
He's ours, bro. We're good.
We can
we're
give him.
good.
We'll give him
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We'll
This
let him
is-
have it.
We're nice.
We're nice.
Somebody
We're great
gets,
guys. Well, you know how about
somebody could
you know who
sponsor
else-
this.
You know who else
Somebody
we
could
forgot?
sponsor
You know who
this
else
and
we
make a
forgot?
ton.
Because he kind of struggled a little bit, but he's been demolishing the baseball. Is Giancarlo? He's somewhere around.
We might have missed him
He's
too.
American.
He's
'cause
around. I think he's an
Because
American.
he
guy.
used to be Mikey.
He is American, and that just makes us loaded. But
So
now,
Trout, Harper, Stanton, in the outfield
oh my Lanta. And
I don't think we even need to talk much
poor
more.
McCutcheon.
with
He's like,
Betts.
Yeah, poor
McCutcheon's
McCutcheon.
like, hello.
With Betts,
Poor McCutcheon.
Betts,
He's like,
Betts,
hello?
McCutcheon, and Marte off the bench. Or they probably have Starling Marte, don't they? He's a good player though.
Marte needs to be in there. I like Marte more than a lot of people do.
He's got 30 stolen bases.
Yeah.
I just like his whole game.
That's a lot of steals.
I just like he's Dominican.
Yeah.
Starling Marte from the Dominican. Yeah, we'll take. Well, yeah,
But
they're
how
they're
about-
good. They're definitely good.
I mean, are we loaded at the corner though? How about a guy named Jake Lamb? He's not even in the category
Nah.
of those guys. I'm just saying.
Another guy we can play.
What a monster!
Yeah.
You know?
The guy can't make it. We have replacements. But no, I think what we just did right here.
And what's it called?
Hold
Turk,
on,
Who
hold
would
on.
normally
Your
be on the
garage.
team
Listen,
too.
Hold
in the
on.
garage,
Know that?
in the owner of A2D Radio's garage, we just solved the All-Star Game problem.
We
Hey,
solved
come
the
on.
All-Star Game problem. Bigger than that, we just, for anybody out there, and we know Latin
We're
America,
copywriting this. If they go to this, we will sue and we'll go to tape.
we know how great Latin American ball players are, but what we just found out
We're pretty good too.
is we're damn good too.
Absolutely.
And let's not forget that, because a lot of people outside these doors, and sometimes ourselves,
Until we did that.
No, sometimes
All of us,
ourselves.
sometimes ourselves.
No, I think you were right there. I think that we all thought before we went through it that we were going to be in some trouble.
Oh,
and when we
I
went
see.
through it, we realized we weren't in trouble at all.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are.
No, I see. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
I'll be
They
the
are.
first, I'll be the first one to
the-
say it. I said to you, do we have
Well,
enough?
Yeah, do we have enough?
We
Yeah.
have plenty.
You know what really hurts them is the Machado Trout Harper thing really hurts the world because that's a loaded 3, 4, 5 for us.
Yeah.
Machado.
Machado Trout Harper, yeah, okay, we'll go to work.
Yes, sir.
Tough sledding.
Yeah.
Even in an all-star environment, tough sledding.
23, 24, we'll be good. We'll be set.
Well, listen, on the other side, we'll continue our all-star game
Mookie Betts,
conversation.
23, another one.
We'll talk snubs. We have a whole list. I mean, I have a list of like 20 guys that are possible snubs. And
Oh, yeah,
I know you had a
that's
list.
a good amount.
And I know Ames Sports Showcase tomorrow, they're running the same thinking like we are. Their list was MLB snubs. So when I saw their list, I went with
So just listen to our show and there's no reason to listen to theirs. That's
okay,
fine.
or you can listen to all shows
listen
on
to
the.
both,
You
either
can
way.
listen to every show on here and just know that they're going to have a different. You're going to give a different opinion tomorrow than maybe you get right now.
Tom, I like to throw right hooks on occasion.
In terms of snubs.
He does.
You might get that. We'll get into the Phillies talk. We'll talk some more Sixers later on in the course of the show. And like I said, we'll get into our biggest snubs. This is agree, disagree. Only on A2DRadio.com. And this was brought to you by, let me see who I got here. Scanzano Sports Center, located Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 856-889-3434 on the web, scanzanosports.com.
You're listening to the worldwide leader of Real Talk, A2DRadio.com.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by Romeo's Termite and Pest Control. Family owned and operated, Romeo's only employs the safest, most effective methods to rectify your situation. Whether it's at your house or at your commercial residence, no matter what the concern may be, they'll get the job done. Raccoons, squirrels, bed bugs, termites, you name it, they'll take care of it. Satisfaction guaranteed. Give them a call at 856-341-3927 or look them up on Facebook at Romeo's Pest Control or visit their website at www.romeospestcontrol.com, your local pest control provider. A2DRadio.com is sponsored by Martino Roofing. With more than 15 years of roofing experience, they have all the services that you need, whether it's new construction, tear-offs, replacements, or re-roofs for your residential or commercial business. They will provide a detailed service in a timely and professional manner. So you can give them a call for a free consultation at 609-792-5103. Send them an email at martinoroofing@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.martinoroofingllc.com. The number again is 609-792-5103. Martino Roofing.
This is Tom Arnone, owner and founder of A2DRadio.com. What if I told you I knew the best caterer in the business? Well, I'm not going to lie to you. It's Obie's Catering. You can contact Obie's Catering at cateringbyobie@yahoo.com or give Chris O'Brien a call at 856-534-8410. From graduations to wedding rehearsals to just if you need food cooked in your house. He'll do it all. He's trying to change the world one dish at a time. That's Obie's Catering. Chris O'Brien, 856-534-8410. Tell him Tommy A from A2DRadio.com sent you, and you'll get 20% off.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Oh, and we're back. Agree, disagree right here at a2dradio.com. We're live from the BMW Atlantic City studios. We're in Mount Ephraim. They're located off exit 37 of the Parkway, and you can find them BMWAtlanticCity.com. See, Brian, when I'm looking you in the eyes, I forget things. You're like piercing. You've been piercing recently, and I don't like it one bit.
Did you just tell me you just got lost in my eyes?
I was just
Yeah,
going to say,
I might have.
is he dreamy? Is the big fella dreamy?
You know, to some people, he is. Me, he's been, never made me dreamy, but that's
Hey,
fine.
great time
I'm
today.
in your nightmares.
Just want to thank you
That's
two.
right.
Just haunting you.
Thank
That's
you
right,
two
you
fellas for stopping
crumb.
by today. Great time today.
Oh,
Not
great
you.
job,
You weren't a
great
crumb.
job.
He's a crumb.
Nah, listen,
You're a phenomenal guy.
I've been in crumbs. I've been in crumb categories before. Absolutely. No need to take that back. But I want to thank you two guys for coming. It was good times.
Oh,
Good
thanks for
times.
having us.
Absolutely.
And we both brought the same exact
I think the same
present.
present, yeah.
Same exact present. I went double dip. I get one for the big sweeps and one for Bianca. You can
Me
pass
too.
it down if you're a good father. If not, you take it for yourself. We're not here to judge you. We don't know what happens to the other gift once it's gone.
Now, you see my card, when you read it, you'll love it because it actually spells that out. It does. Because I
didn't even need to write it.
I got a Toys R Us gift card, and I got a Visa gift
Me
card.
too.
And then I put on it, I said, the Toys R Us, I said, postscript, little postscript for you. All right?
What you got, love?
All right? I said the Toys R Us gift card was for Bianca, but Sweeps, if you find something you like, by all means,
Absolutely.
switch the cards.
Yeah. Oh, I love a good Nerf football too. So.
Well, people forget about the old R-Us. You know what I mean? It's still a good spot.
Oh, yeah.
Still a great spot.
I mean, there's no other runs around. You don't have KB no more.
Yeah.
So where else are you going to get toys? We're not going to Walmart. Go
No.
to that fiasco.
We know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
And you got to be
Price.
careful every toy you buy from there. I mean, you really got to be protective.
Yeah, it's
with
probably
toys.
it's probably been ran out of the store with 3 times. It's got issues.
It's got issues. The one toy's been ran out 3 times. Still bringing her back in. So our main question that we talked.
That's why I can't go to that Acme over there. Same deal, except it's produce, and they put it right back on the front. Boop. This was in some guy's pants earlier.
We got
Right on
some.
the front.
Hold on, we got some people saying what they would do on our Facebook on our main question at hand.
Here we go.
Which was, if you have free tickets to the MLB All-Star Game, would you go, sell? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
Do tell.
A2D Radio is how you can find us. Frank Vespi chiming in. Free is free. It looks like he's going. Rob Povey, go. Seeing the MLB best in SoCal. Can't beat it. Yeah, I mean, if you're going from locations.
We're talking
Yeah,
about going
yeah,
to Philly.
Yeah, like so if it's
Is that
yeah.
Pove?
yeah, so if it's in New York.
Tell Pove to get off vacation already. Christ.
Pove, you're in a kayak in the Delaware River, buddy. I mean, listen.
He's taking pictures up at some Mutts game, all right? We
All
get
right,
it.
so if it's at the Mets, would you go? So he can change his response if he wants to, or he might still want to go. Linda Long chiming in. I'm with Rob. MLB's All-Star Game, San Diego, definitely go. Yeah, we get it. San Diego, we're going.
Yeah, so you're not listening to the
Nikki
actual
Jules,
question.
Nikki Jules, part of Philly Fan Radio here, goes sell. Who wants to see 5 starters, potentially 6 from the same team start? He goes on. He says a lot, but he's
Kind of
selling.
echoes what we were saying. All right,
Yeah, yeah.
I like that.
Bob Brodo, I would sell also. And Brian Daly, I would go. So you have a difference of opinions
Okay,
here,
all right, we
different
got a
people,
couple- yeah.
different ideas.
Yeah, you know.
But if
Listen,
you're
we
telling
were-
me a free trip to
Savor
Southern
your
Cal,
own flavor.
different
Savor your own
That's what
story.
we're talking. We were talking about Philadelphia.
Yeah, we were talking about
I mean,
if
if we're
it's- yeah.
if we're going to San Diego,
We're in.
You know, a whale's vagina. I mean, of course we're gonna go. Of course we're in.
Doesn't it mean Saint Diego?
No. He says no.
Well, we'll agree to disagree.
We will.
Roddy B.
Ron Burgundy. The legend of
San
agree to,
Diego.
the legend of San Diego and agree to disagree.
Drink it in. It always goes down smooth.
I got Special announcement.
Founded by the Germans,
Cannonball.
1926. It means a whale's vagina.
Great.
And he says it so smooth. I would sleep on him at that point. Like that felt so good coming out of your lips.
If you could just get his leisure suit off.
She said,
Ronnie, I can't get your suit off.
take me to Pleasure Town. Oh, we're going.
Oh, we're going, yeah. Woo.
And
All right,
it's
so a lot of
good.
different opinions on.
I have many leather-bound books, and my apartment smells of rich mahogany.
The only guys in the business that can pull this off.
So we're saying, yeah, you're taking it to San Diego. We were talking in group settings. We're more.
Baxter, bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
I'm not even mad. Eat a whole whale of cheese.
You know, she's amazing.
I'm in a glass. What do you say? I'm in a glass cage of
I'm in a
emotion.
glass case of emotion.
Milk was a bad
The
choice.
man punted Baxter.
Okay, so we mentioned if we would go to the All-Star game, we had free tickets. If it's in San Diego with Ron Burgundy, we're in. If it's in Philly, we're probably going to sit it out and most likely not go. Now, if you're saying we're going with like 5 or 10 people, we're more interested in going.
Yes.
So our buy or sell really just depends on a lot of moving factors.
Yeah.
And that can be the same for anybody else on here. Rob and Linda are talking about, San Diego, we're out. I completely agree with you because I better get one of them tickets.
No shit,
So-
I've been on a plane on Thursday.
Yeah, I would already be out there. Completely agree. I'll be watching the Futures game right now.
Yeah.
That we already are.
Having a cocktail.
Let's see. Still nothing.
Probably some good, probably some.
Look at the USA. Second and third. 2 outs. 2 out ribbies win the games. Let's go.
You would have to think that there's some really good seafood at the stadium there. And I'm a seafood guy. So.
I would assume. But, you're talking about the most beautiful weather in the world
Yeah.
year round. I'm in.
San Diego weatherman, real tough job.
Real
What's
tough.
the weather going to be like? It's going to be nice. There you go.
It's going to be nice.
That's it.
Back to
That's all
you.
you need to know.
All right, our biggest snubs are going to be brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, your certified public accountant, 215-369-3300 on the web, gibsonmayer.com. And you can also vote on our Twitter page, and I'll let you know what they ran out as their snubs, and we'll give you all the ones we have. So which MLB player is the biggest All-Star Game snub? You can vote right on our Facebook page. You can find it at A2D Radio. They had Cruz, Lamb, Crawford. And right now, 36% of the people are saying Lamb in that one. Now, I know we had a list. Wills, you had 4 guys on your list. If you still remember the 4, go ahead and shoot.
Yeah, I think I had Lamb. I love that Jake Lamb, by the way. Great.
Yes,
Having
absolutely.
a great year. He
Cruz,
really
I
is.
like. I think Cruz is a little snobbish in a way.
I think, what did I have? I had Lamb.
Don't pace it
I might have
forward.
had, I might have had Segura.
Wilson had Braun,
Braun,
Lamb,
Story maybe,
Kinsler,
Kinsler.
and Story. That was on your list.
All right, how about a couple names here? Beltre.
Yeah.
Adrian Beltre. Carlos Correa. Obviously, Nelson Cruz we talked about. No, I don't like that one. I'm not even going to mention it. Victor Martinez.
I had Polanco. Sanchez just made it as a replacement for Kimbrel. And, of course, I liked Willie's Lamb, obviously, and Kinsler as well.
Kyle Seager.
But Polanco has been a monster for the Pirates. A little banged up, though.
So 2 Mariners on a little bit of a snub list here. Kyle Seager, another one. Not as big as Cruz, who's on pace to hit 40, but having a good
I love
season.
Kyle Seager, though.
Having a good year.
Yeah.
A little bit in the National League. We talked about
I think
Brandon
I think
Crawford.
Corey pounding the ball, lit a little fire under Kyle's ass. He was like, "Shit, I gotta step up here."
Diaz, St.
Little-
Louis.
Little brother kind of shutting me out.
Freddie Freeman, Atlanta. So there's 3 from the National League. Crawford, Diaz,
Atlanta stinks
Freeman,
so bad, they don't give a shit.
Who was Atlanta's representative? Did you say?
Julio Teheran.
Julio Teheran, which is terrible.
Well, I mean, he's
he's
still a good
first
pitcher.
Base,
It's just a bad
first
team.
base in the National League is loaded, but I
It's
mean,
easier to
Freddie
go with
Freeman's your all-star. I mean, come on. That's,
I agree.
Especially with we know
You
how
paid him
we know how
today.
you feel. We know how you feel about everybody making it, and I agree with you 1,000%.
I hate it.
But
yeah, he's
if you're going to do it, Freddie Freeman's your all-star.
Yeah.
Come on.
Gregory Polanco.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I like
That's-
Gregory
that's-
Polanco.
He was one of my guys.
Did Marte make it?
Did Marte end up getting in?
No, because he didn't get the fan vote. I would say Starling
Yeah,
Marte.
but I think
Marte's got to be the
he
biggest.
replaced somebody, though.
He did replace.
Is he
I
replacing?
think he came across the bottom line. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Marte made it.
Well, Polanco, I mean, you're talking about a guy
I think.
Polanco's having a good
he's
year.
in 297, 24 doubles, 12 homers, 50 ribbies, 9 steals, scored 50 runs. So, I mean, another name.
Yeah, look at Starling. Starling, really good stats.
Really good numbers.
Yeah,
No, really good numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
read them.
Well, if I pull them up,
You had Palancas right there. They're on the same team.
I wasn't looking up team stats to be able to pull that off. Let me see.
NL All-Star team has
Marte named, yep.
has 3 new faces Saturday afternoon. Starling Marte, Drew Pomerantz, and Jay Bruce.
Jay Bruce is
Replacing
having a good year.
Cespedes, Syndergaard, and Dexter Fowler.
I love to see the Mets falling apart, by the way. Syndergaard, arm trouble. Mets, arm trouble.
Marte.
Cespedes has got a bad wheel, right?
Marte, you want his numbers?
He lost the final vote to Belt, as Willie was saying.
Yeah.
316, he's batting.
6 bombs.
6 bombs, 28 stolen bases.
30 after today.
An OPS at 823.
Stole 3 bags today?
Slugging at 461. How many doubles does he have? 19 doubles, 4 triples. I mean,
And he's playing a tremendous left field.
yeah, you're batting 316. You got 30 steals, close to it. I don't know what else makes you an all-star. The eye test comes in the factor again here.
Yeah.
And I think they get away from that. They really get away from that recently.
They
What's the guy do?
They
Like
get
you
so
said.
hung up on the long ball.
Well, they
not-
do.
and not
And
just
then they
that.
don't. And in Nelson Cruz's sake, they didn't.
Yeah.
So it's like some guys that get caught up in it. And
Well, like you said,
positions.
sometimes-
Positions of power, right?
Yeah.
They get all geeked up at outfield, corner outfield. Power.
But
That's not who he is.
Yeah, sometimes they get it right. Like him losing the belt, the Giants are the best team in baseball, besides the Rangers, all right, technically right now. So I have no problem with Belt making it, all right, you understand? But but Fowler's voted in because it's the Cubs. Get out of here, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying it doesn't have great numbers, but Marte's got better
Marte's
numbers.
better than Dexter Fowler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you tell me right now,
that's what
I
I'm
can
saying.
have Dexter Fowler starring Marte, 99.9% of the people, at least they all better take starring Marte, and the one that doesn't is probably a Mets fan.
Or Mr. Fowler.
Yeah. Or
He's
Dexter's dad.
He's watching.
If he's
Dexter's
around.
dad. I mean, they're just some snubs. I mean, we still didn't even – did you guys even tell me who was going to win the game?
No.
No, that's what Sweeps had to take the call, right?
I'm going to go.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, let me bring it to you by somebody.
Let's go NL. That's for Mr. Mustang
We have another
himself.
BMW read over here.
For Mr. Mustang himself.
All right, well, I'm going to get
Harry
the guys
Ernst.
who've paid recently. So I'm going to stick to the most recent. We're leaving a lot of these advertisers on just out of goodwill. You know what I mean? The ones I say a lot are the ones who –
Real prosperity out of you.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, Harry's contracting. Harry's a great guy, for real. 15% off. If you just call him for an estimate, you end up getting a job. Another $5 he tax on it, so that's 20% off. Harry Ernst will give you 609-638-6336. Harry's Contracting, and you can email him harryscontractingimprovements@gmail.com. And
Or at Mr. Mustang.
well, I have real quick. Let me get this. Real quick, BMW Atlantic City, like we talk about, give them another rate. BMWAtlanticCity.com is where you can find them. Right off exit 37 of the Parkway, right on the Black Horse Pike in Egg Harbor. Township is where you can find them. And right off exit 37, like we talked about. And if you want the ultimate driving experience, BMWAtlanticCity.com is where you need to go. So vroom. That's the other read here. Vroom. Which,
Driving style one time,
well, you got to. You lease it.
Chicks dig the long ball.
Listen.
They also dig the Beamer.
I don't know if they're still running this ad, but the ad we run all the time, about $299 a month for 36 months for BMW 320i with
the
X
extra?
Drive.
No, I mean, can't beat that.
You can't beat that. I mean, I don't know what you do with signing,
Can't
but
beat that with a stick.
sure they'll take care of you. Let us know. Let them know. You don't got to let us know. That we sent you.
Yeah.
You don't have to let
Let's
us
let
know.
them know the
Don't
boys-
let us know.
Let the boys from Agree to Disagree say.
That's all.
Yeah.
Simple. Smooth sailing.
Maybe they'll give you a free air freshener or something. Who knows?
Maybe we will.
Yeah. They'll give you a good wash. The car, that is.
All right, let's get into – go ahead. Give me your
I'm going to go with the NL. Let's roll the NL out.
going NL. All right. Sweeps?
Are we giving an MVP?
You want to give an MVP? Go ahead, Brian.
I kind of do. My MVP, Chris Bryant.
Nice. I'm gonna go AL, even though I'm an NL guy. They're running. They're running some big time closers out there. The lineup's pretty good. Even. And I'll go. Big Poppy stays incredibly hot, and gets an MVP. He homers. couple ribeyes, 2 hits and a homer, couple ribeyes. They win the game.
Couple steaks.
I'll go NL, and I'll go give me Buster Posey.
Buster, what it is right now.
I like Buster. Yeah, I mean, couple big hits.
Yeah, the guy's only, I like winners, Buster Posey. He can't, been in the league for 6 years. He's got 3 titles.
I was thinking about going
Winners win.
with Harper, but I'd rather go Posey. I don't like giving Bryce anything. You know what I mean? Who likes giving that guy anything?
He's got plenty.
To stay with some baseball. Phillies split on the road, Coors Field, and now we're getting in. Now we're in July. We're getting closer to August, and I think we can all 3 of us sit here and say the kids aren't coming until September.
Well, listen, what's the call needs to be up immediately. I'm sorry, I'm done. I know we've been talking about it, and I don't want to keep harping on it every week, but there's nothing else to talk about. So,
Dog Days of Summer.
Yeah, there's nothing else to talk about. We're not going to talk Eagles yet.
I mean, we're talking freaking All-Star game
We're
here.
going to talk a lot of Eagles coming up. It's coming up, but we're not going to start yet. But what the hell? J.P. Crawford. Baseball Prospectus they just did their top 50 midseason.
Nice.
Top 50 minor league players. This does not count anyone that's been up to the majors this
Okay.
year, so they're all not included. And Crawford was number 1. So let's go. The guy's the number 1 ranked prospect in baseball.
How many we have in the top 50?
I just texted you guys.
3.
3 in the top 50?
I just texted you guys last night with the number 3 prospect has done this weekend, and he's going to get sent back down. Josh Bell with the Pirates. Seen 4 pitches, is 2 for 2 with a grand slam, and his first knock off Jake Arrieta. We understand he's not, the Jake of Jake, the Jake of last
Still
year. But who
Jake
cares?
Arrieta.
It's Jake Arrieta. You understand? So don't sneeze at that. But everybody's expecting failure. Like, it's saying, oh, well, if you bring him up now, what happens to his confidence? How about
The other way.
Yeah, exactly. How about that
He's
he
hitting
shines?
345 in his
how about
last
he
25
shines?
games.
All right, and he doesn't struggle, and he shines. And then how do you let's not always think negativity. It's a game of failure. I understand that.
Sweep. I don't know if you heard this
Come on.
Wednesday.
Doesn't have to be.
You
He doesn't have to
succeed 3
fail.
times out of 10. You're a friggin' Hall of Famer.
Well, Sweep. I don't know if you heard this
He
Wednesday.
can run. He can pick it.
with me and Mike, but Mike was talking about, Nick Williams getting sat down a little bit for not hustling out certain things.
Good.
And,
Keep him down there now.
And no. I mean, I think to a lot of our point and to Mike's was more thinking that he was just getting bored of being down there. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's right. Listen, I understand what you're saying. I don't like
the not hustling, and Nick hasn't had great numbers this year.
I understand, but just maybe it's thinking you're getting caught up, and
I'm a
then you don't.
JP guy.
I'm a JP guy too.
All right, you can be a Nick Williams guy all you want. I want JP up.
Well, I'm just giving you a reason.
Well, I know, but people constantly, I think Nick should be brought up. I'm not JP. Get a clue. JP's our best prospect. He needs to be brought up.
Yeah,
immediately.
JP Crawford, Jake Thompson, 1-2. If you're going to go Williams 3, I'll go there.
Would probably be 3.
Okay, I'll go there, but 1-2.
Might not be. He might
1-2 have no right not to be up. I mean, 1-2 is a goddamn effing horse and needs to be up right now. I mean, I said it last year about Jake Thompson. What are you waiting on? When we made the trade and he started dealing, right on up. Let's go. Or be up this year.
Yeah.
I like Eflin and
Well, no, Eflin stays in. I think Eflin stays in. What's called got to be out.
no, Eflin's good.
Well, we got. Listen.
What's to the point? Eichhoff was already up last
Thompson
year.
Will be up.
My point is,
Thompson
why does
will be
Eflin
up.
get the call before Thompson?
Yeah, but
That's what's mind-boggling.
Like we said, maybe it's just the way they go about their business.
Yeah.
They go about their business way too goddamn wrong. But yeah, like we talked about last
I'm
week or
saying,
2 weeks ago.
I'm not talking about the Phillies. I'm saying maybe the way Eflin goes about his business translates better to the pros. Watched a lot of tape. Goes. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes guys are more pro-ready that way. That's all.
I just feel like.
But sometimes the arm just makes you pro-ready,
I
right?
agree.
Sometimes the extra.
But listen, Hellickson is getting dealt at the deadline, and then Thompson's up.
Yeah, I just feel like you just look around the league and everybody's doing it, and we continue to walk on like ice.
Yeah, like
we're
scared.
We're just walking on ice, like waiting for the bottom to fall.
We're
off.
nervous.
Like, just let it go. Like I said, there's no big deal. You don't have to. I understand the clock starts. I don't care about that. It doesn't have to be up that much. You don't have to be up that long. If you just want to see a small sample size, I understand you're dealing with injuries. Like the Pirates are dealing with injuries, so that's why Bell came up. But he's going right back down after the All-Star break.
This
you
kid,
know? And
this
he's like,
kid.
hey, I got a little taste of it. I feel good about myself. Even if he was 0 for 7 or 0 for 8,
Just get a
he
little
still got
taste.
a taste.
Just get a little taste doesn't hurt you. And listen, we talk about Thompson. You know, he was 6-6, 4.72 with Texas before he came over. After he came over from Texas, somebody got him right in with a minor adjustment here because he went 5-1 with a 1.8. I mean, that's a big time difference. And then he comes back. Then he goes up to AAA this year. You know, starts in AAA. I don't care about the record. A 2.58. Let's see. Let me get a whip. I mean, he's thrown 104 innings. He's got a whip of 1.1.
The record's irrelevant. The big thing.
Yeah, home runs per 9. He barely gives up a home run.
You said the biggest thing I wanted to hear. 2.58.
Strikeouts.
2.58 ERA.
Here we go, sweet.
ERA whip.
Yeah.
Strikeouts per 9. Strikeouts per 9, averaging 6 strikeouts per 9, 6.2. Walks per 9, 2.7. That can go down a little bit.
Yeah, it's too high.
You know, but so if that's your only issue, a little bit of control, he's getting away with it. I don't know if they have opponents. I was looking for opponents' batting average.
Which I don't care about. But
No,
I'm
I
not
mean,
saying it is. I'm not like discrediting it or saying you can't look it up. But I don't care. I mean,
Yeah, I don't care.
I just,
that means
pull
nothing.
your bootstraps
guys
up.
guys
Pull
are
your
gonna
bootstraps up.
get little shitty hits against
You know what I
you.
mean? Yeah.
It's about getting out of it when you got second and
Pull your
third.
bootstraps up.
Second and third, one out, getting out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what
Let's
I want
go.
to see.
And he's been dealing. So he's the next up. And like you said, I agree with you. Helkson's going to be on his way out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you have room for Thompson.
Thanks for stopping by.
But you know.
Jeremy, see ya.
But I don't
Well,
understand.
you'll get
good,
something
though.
for Jeremy
I mean,
Helkson.
he's
He's
been
throwing
good.
the ball well.
He's been-
Well, right now, I
He's
think
been
you
good.
need to reconsider who you wanted to be your second baseman. I really do. I think we need to reconsider that because I don't know. I mean, Freddie Galvis can go away to me. I like Hernandez. I like what he brings to the table. He's a better hitter. Now, is he as good of a fielder as Galvis? Maybe not, but he's a natural second baseman, though, in terms of a guy who's not, which is still, I understand it's still middle infield, but the guy hits better. I mean, I'd rather take this guy.
Yeah, but you know what? He hits better, but he doesn't. I've never seen him get a clutch hit in my life, I feel like. And Freddie gets them. He does.
222 can't fly in my lineup. I don't care how clutch you are at times. It just can't fly in my
You're a big
lineup.
Howard guy's been hitting that for a decade.
Come on, dude. Stop. We're not going. It's not even an argument. You bring Ryan Howard into a Freddie Galvis conversation. Makes no sense. You just made the
No,
public
up until
dumber.
I agree with you, though. Up until the other night, like, I'm not going to dive into it too much, but up until the other night, I feel you. I feel like it wasn't anything clutch about Hernandez. You know what I mean? Like, the other night he won the game, and besides that, I'm like, I feel pedestrian. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that's who he is.
You know what I mean? I know, but you know what I mean?
We don't listen when this team's
Not saying
assembled.
Freddie's getting 10,
So is
10
270
pies in the face either. You know
Guys,
what I mean? Like,
I'm
he
talking
had-
about when the team's assembled the way you want it to be assembled. I'm not going to just allow a guy running around who still hasn't got at the plate and Freddie Galvis, who's going to bat me, okay, he had 2 hits today. He's been 234. I got no time for that.
Well, that's when if you don't have anybody, and
maybe
you don't
you
have
trade
to
for somebody.
Yeah, you
Or
don't
you
force
sign somebody.
Circle doesn't always have to get a square. You understand? Don't force the issue.
Oh, no, you gotta
spend some money. We're always talking about being in the market.
No, I know.
I'm just saying, there was no time to spend money now because we were going to
Second
take it on the
basemen are
chin
out
and stuff.
there, dude.
Go get
Listen,
it.
I'm just saying that you can go to work with a guy who's batting at 291 in the bottom of your lineup. You understand? Like, I'd rather have 291 sitting at the bottom than 234 who sometimes
All
has
you
a
got to do
Listen,
is pay
this-
attention and get a
we've-
little creative. Not you. I'm saying them. Guy like Colton Wong is just sitting there. He's falling out of grace. You understand? 'Cause
Yeah.
now they got some other guy. Peralta's back. He doesn't have that many years left. But Carpenter's sliding back over where he naturally fits at second base. They got Diaz for a long time now.
Yeah,
You know
Colton
what I'm saying?
seems to fall out of grace. And Colton Wong
there's
was
a guy.
a big prospect.
And there's a guy that can play at Citizens Bank right there. Like a nice little juice in his hands. So you just got to get creative.
But even
They're
if you,
out there. I'm
But
just
even if you
saying,
don't get creative, like, even if they say status quo, they bring up the kids, and you go into next year and all your kids are starting.
missionary position.
If I'm going to say my starting second baseman going into next year, no moves, but just the kids up, is going to be Hernandez over Galvis. That's all I'm saying, because I'm gonna bury him. I can go 7-8 hole with him and get away with the 291 because he handles the bat well too. He does handle the bat well. You got to take these factors in.
Handle the bat. He can roll the
I'm
ball.
not crowning
roll the ball.
Hernandez. Let's
But the problem is that he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do nothing else for me. I don't care if you hit 235.
he picks it though. He can pick it a little bit. I
Not
don't-
like Freddie can pick it. And
I
Freddie
need you
and
to
Freddie
steal at least 35
Freddie
bases.
pops the
Can he
bat.
do that though?
Freddie pops the ball
Yeah.
out the park.
I'm just saying, like, if you're not like Jeff Kent, like, I need you
How
to
many
steal
homers
40
does
bases.
Freddie have?
I need you to steal 40 bases.
Freddie
I'm
got-
not saying Galvis is
Freddie
bringing
got
that to the
7
table either.
homers?
You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's bringing that, but if
Freddie got 30-something RBIs.
Hernandez is a little tiny guy that's 150 pounds soaking wet. I need you to steal 40 bases. You know what I mean? Call Davey Lopes up. Go to a base steal in camp. You know what I mean? Pay the guy. Whatever you got to do. You got Mickey Morandini in town. Like, figure it out. Like, how many steals Hernandez
He has Coming in today, he had 284 at bats.
Terrible.
Was batting 296, 2 homers,
Just can't have it.
21 ribbies.
Terrible.
So, no, listen, none of them, neither one are that good. I'm just making the case that I'll take
Yeah.
Hernandez over Galvis
Nobody's-
because he handles the bat better. That's all I'm looking at. That's all I was looking at. I mean, I understand that Galvis picks it, right? Well, so I get that. I completely get that.
I
But
disagree. And when you get the kids up and they're batting well, I feel like you need the defense.
okay, but you're not gonna deal with that consistently. I mean, I just don't think you deal with that. They're both the same age, so you're gonna have to process on which one is the guy you can let go. Here.
27.
Well, I mean,
They're both 26 right now.
Listen, it is a defensive position, though. You lived all those years with a guy with Chooch, right? Because he was fantastic with the staff. He was a good defensive catcher, and then when he was popping Adderall, then he gave you a little bit of offense. You know what I mean? But he was mostly just a guy that was a defensive guy, and really held that staff together all those years. You know what I'm saying? So
We
to
got
me, they're
Cameron
very
Studpop
similar. I
raking
know what I'm
right
saying,
now,
but
though.
they're very
But,
similar.
yeah.
Those
No, I
two
agree.
positions pop off the table to me. Like the middle of the field pops off the diamond to me. You know what I mean? Catchers, I know, that's old cliche.
Catcher, short second, and center
And
field.
center
That's how you
field,
win.
yeah.
You
Well,
win
You're
up the middle.
saying listen. Freddie's more flashy than Hernandez is, but I wouldn't go on all out that he's that much better defensively. I mean, because it's a moving position too. I mean, I understand it's middle, but it's different. Ball comes off the bat different in second. Things are different. I'm just saying it's different. I'm not saying you can't do it, but you're talking about a guy who's plays second, who's become a pretty good defensive second baseman. He's not bad.
He's a good athlete. All you got to worry about is the pivot.
And I think I like Hernandez. He's got a good
arm.
arm.
You got to learn how to work around the
I
bag.
don't dislike
yeah,
Caesar.
I'm not-
Okay,
I'm not.
I love a Caesar salad. Caesar
just-
Hernandez
yeah,
ain't a
I'm
bad
just-
guy.
Had that
All
today.
right?
I love that we can argue about these two though, and really have some fun with it because they both stink essentially. They both
They don't-
one does one
they
better
don't
than the other, and
stink,
the other
but-
does the other better than the other. But hold on, I got to just find out error wise because I like to look.
But Freddie's going to pop
He's
more
gonna
out
get
the
more
park.
chances.
He's going to get more
I understand
RBIs.
that, but when a guy has none, and when a guy has zilch, that matters to me, which means he can pick it a little
Hernandez
Either
has
that
no
or-
error.
None.
Either that-
90 games.
bit. None.
Either that or he can't get the balls.
Hold on.
And balls just get by. him. He
Hold
can't
on.
get
What
to
did they give me? 2016, one
90
game.
90 games.
Sorry,
Come on,
no.
guys.
That's what they did. They threw in his one game at shortstop at the bottom. So in 2016, I see Philly, and I see one. I see
Here we
none.
go. Here we go.
All right, let's look at chances
Yeah,
now.
let's backpedal.
We're backpedaling.
Any
Not
backpedal.
freaking backpedaling. I just read it wrong. It's the way it was on here.
Blame it on Lions. Hey, Lions, knock that off.
All right, so Freddie has 350 chances. Hernandez has
206.
326. So I say 350, 326. Okay, Freddie. Now remember, Freddie made 17 errors last year. He's cut it down. He has 5 right now. Now, if he keeps that, 17 was way too many last year. And I think he's got to keep it under double ditch. At that top of the line, if you want to be a big time shortstop in this league, you got
not if you get 600 chances. That's not bad, right?
I don't know,
I'm saying if
17,
you don't,
17 errors out of
how many?
he had 622 last year. 17 errors.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
But it needs to be cut. You would want it to cut down a little bit. You want
Yeah,
to get
but
to like 12-ish,
another
right?
thing is Freddie-
cut it down a couple, right?
Freddie is quick and he
It
gets
depends
the
how
balls.
big. It depends how big they are too. You know what I mean? Like I don't take anything away from not concentrating and and booting the ball around. But like, how big are they too? Like like we live in a world of cyber matrix, and I don't want anything to do with that. But when I look at things, like I told you, I don't really care about opponent's batting average because I want to know if a guy's got a huge nutsack right on the mound, then he can pitch out of it. Same thing when it comes to errors. Are they big errors, or are they? Hey, was it a 2-out error and my guy got me out of it?
Well,
You know what I mean, like
all I know is
understand errors are
what they
errors.
told him
You know what I mean?
going into the spring is they needed him to cut that down.
Oh sure.
And so that's what they told. That's what he was working on coming into
Yeah.
the spring.
Well, when you hit 230, yeah, we don't want 17 errors.
You don't want 17 errors because
You
you
can live
know.
with 17 errors
Well,
when you hit
because we look at the
310.
guy and we know he can pick it. He's got some flash with the glove a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, we're grasping at straws when we're arguing Hernandez. Right? I mean, really, just what do you want more? You want more of an average in your lineup, or because we're talking about
Dude,
a
they can
difference.
split time.
We're talking about a difference of 3 errors almost, and almost the same amount of chances. Essentially, it's not that big.
They can literally split time for all I care.
No, me too. We're just talking, right? Dog days of summer, goddamn. We
Crawford
mentioned this.
needs to be up.
Crawford needs to be up. Listen, listen to him blue in the face, Brian. I thought he should have been up to start last year. That's how confident I was in the kid. So, I mean, I'm a rush. I like to rush the babies, right? I'm not going to wait the 9 months for the delivery. I want it out in 2. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's get on with it. You know, right, Sweepsy?
Oh, you're
if
a
you're gonna cut,
C-section.
if you
You're a C-section
if you're
guy.
gonna cut
No,
that,
you're a
if you're gonna cut the
C-section guy.
pregnancy down to 2 instead of 9, right? You're all in it, right?
You're a C-section.
Right?
All right. Yeah.
Right?
That means I can get back.
Ask
in
the
quicker.
lady. She
That
would
means-
have cut the 2
yeah,
real quick.
That means I can get back in quicker. Of course, I agree.
I don't even know what that has anything to do with anything.
I don't think it has anything
It
to do
felt
with
great coming out though. Like I felt like it made a lot of sense.
I know what you're
Shit.
saying.
Yeah.
But like my whole thing is,
What was I saying?
some of these,
You have no patience.
you want
Yes,
the kids. You want the
that's
kids up. You want the kids up.
I don't just know
You
where
want the kids
it
up. You
went.
want the kids out. I mean, we got
That's it.
Guy hates traffic jams and red lights and,
No time for any of it. Right?
and rain delays. You got no patience.
You could have brought Randolph off last year. Draft him, bring him up. I'm just saying that's not realistic, but for a high school kid. But I'm talking about like Noel, when Noel got drafted and he pitched a little year in the minors. Let's go, and he did after a little. It took a little long. He was up pretty quick, fast track for the most part. But when you're taking a kid early and real early in the draft, that's fast track shit. Like Mickey needs to be up soon.
3 years.
Okay, soon. I might even go 2.5.
3.
I'll go 3. But number one
But
pick of the draft,
I'm
I
saying
need.
3 or 21.
He's hitting right now a little bit.
Yeah.
Swinging a
Well,
good
I'm
stick
saying
down there in
three-
the old rookie ball.
You give him 3 years
But
in
still,
the minors, he's 21.
you could.
And it's ready. And you're ready.
But,
I mean, it's better than being bad.
but Randolph did the same thing. He raked and then he struggled a little bit this year. So, but number one pick, the number one pick can't
He's not-
struggle.
He's not struggling a little bit. He's struggling.
Oh, okay, Bry.
Cornelius?
Yeah, but again,
He's having a bad year.
19.
Yeah, he's hitting like 207.
Yeah, not good. Not good. But
With like no power.
Wow.
I don't think he should have ever been moved. He was moved because of Crawford. So where does he play? He can't. He's got to get moved to the outfield, and there's a logjam out there too. I mean,
You want to know where he plays? Not on this team.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy you package.
Well, I mean, if you're Mr. Odubel, if he's playing, then Odubel's not because Moniak is going to be up at some point.
Moniak's going to be up.
And you figure what's
Williams
going,
or Quinn.
Williams is going to be up. Yeah.
Williams or Quinn's going to get one of
Yeah.
the two, right? I mean,
Yeah.
one of the two. No, listen, Herrera, like we talk about, I don't want to waste people's time on that, but no, Herrera's in my starting outfield. I don't care
Yeah,
where you
so-
put him. So
So Cornelius, see ya.
another guy just too good with the bat. Like I just need guys like that. I need guys who work counts in my lineup. I just to start what I'm trying to start right now is I need to start from the top, and I need a guy who works pitches. A guy got a little pop at the top of my lineup, and then I go Crawford too, or one way or the other. But I would ease Crawford in the 2 hole. I wouldn't rush him in. If I bring him up, I'm not going to throw him right in the 1 hole and say because I think he's got.
I just need to see.
I like him
You're
in
not
the-
going to ram
I
it in.
just
You're going to
need-
ease it in.
Yeah, I mean, come in, bat in the 2 hole.
I just need to see. I need to see a year or two at more out of your boy, because I feel like he's got even though he's made the adjustments and he gives you great at bats, I just feel like he's an absolute pig in the waiting. He's a pig. He wants to be a pig, a selfish pig so bad that that it's coming.
Where's
That it's
that?
coming.
Where's that coming
I
from?
don't
Though?
know, the
Comes
bat
from, it comes
flips
from
and
everything
just
about it.
Listen,
just
stop.
the way
Can
he
I
goes
get in
about
your guys'
it.
head for
Just
1
the way he
second? Let me
goes about
talk.
it.
No.
Let me talk. Forget about
No.
him. Forget about him.
No.
This is how Latin ball players
No.
play. Do you not watch
No.
the games?
No.
This is how they play, dude. I'm not like saying
Not
it.
all of them. You're crazy.
A lot of them do.
No, stop.
A lot of play with a little flair. Who cares? He plays with
Just went through
flair.
the whole world team, dude.
You're worried about him playing with a little bit of flair.
Listen,
No, I said he's a
you
pig.
hit-
I
you
don't
hit the
care if
ball
he's a flair.
450. You can bat football you want when you're hitting the
Man,
ball.
now he's a pig.
220.
Now he's a big guy because he
Pig.
bat flips a little bit. What are we saying right now? Now he's a pig because he bat flips. He's a bad guy. We don't know that.
He's a little bit of a pig. That's all.
Listen, if you want to wait and see to make your judgment, I
When
completely
you're not playing a
understand.
game of horse, what are you playing? A game of pig?
I'm just not on the train that the guy's like, a selfish me player yet. I don't think we can make that judgment.
Or we're going to start calling him Arnold. From, what was that? What's that old show? The pig's name was Arnold?
You just ruined the conversation.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
I'm sorry.
Arnold.
Charlotte's Web, maybe.
Not Charlotte.
I don't understand. Every time when we have this conversation, we're so quick to run the guy out that we've seen over guys that we haven't seen.
Pig!
All right, fine. So he's not on your guys' team, right?
Pig.
Is he not on your guys' team with the kids?
I need to see more. I don't know.
He's sent for me.
He's sent for you.
Sent?
I'm gonna keep this tape. I just
yeah.
want to keep this tape.
Oh, yeah. Check tape. That's fine.
Well, we're gonna
Sent.
check it a year from now, maybe 2 years from now.
Sent.
Check tape on where he's at in his career.
busted for.
I don't know.
80
You
games.
guys with your eye test, I'm starting to think your eyes maybe aren't working too well.
Get out of here.
Are you guys okay?
Fine.
You crazy?
Are
We
you
didn't
two
say he
okay?
wasn't-
Are you
we
nuts? The
didn't
guy
say he
can
wasn't
play.
good.
He can play.
Yeah.
But it's like Jose Reyes. Jose Reyes can always play. You
Yeah.
were a big fan. I never was.
So now we're
You know why? Because he's
That
a
roach.
pig.
What a roach. And he owned me
Pig.
twice today. I think
Yeah.
when I was walking
and
in
he
the room.
punched his girlfriend in the face like
dude,
9
we're
months ago.
comparing a guy who's never put his hands on a woman to a guy who's put his hands on a woman.
I'm not talking about.
But I mean, this is what you're comparing
No,
a
I'm
crumb.
talking about the way he played.
Reyes was a crumb, but guess what? He was the best player on
Yeah.
that team, though. When Reyes went, the Mets went. I mean, say what you want about the guy.
Captain America, when he was healthy, was their guy.
Reyes was our catalyst.
Get out of here.
Reyes, and
Stop it.
as much as I hate the Mets,
Stop
listen, when they used to go Jose,
Stop
Jose,
it.
it was all in our heads up there.
It's because
For a little bit.
half the fan base is Hispanic. They love it.
I understand this, Brian.
Flushing is an absolute trash can.
I'm not going to continue conversation.
It is a trash
I'm not going to do it to the people. I'm not going to continue
You
conversation.
should be flushing
based on a
flushing
Duval
down
Herrera.
the toilet.
All right, we're going to take one more break in a minute and then come back and wrap up.
Heater break.
It's what we talk, Phils. I mean, we can dive into whatever we want.
Yeah,
We'll do the U-Haul team.
Home run derby. Yep.
We'll do the U-Haul team. We'll pick our home run derby champions because like we talked about previously on the show, Sweeps' idea was guys who started somewhere in their career, great players left. Not maybe burn the franchise, maybe not burn the franchise, but left.
People were
hatred.
pretty upset with the
hatred.
league, with the left.
Hatred was brewing, and that's what we're looking for. Them guys, we got a list of like
Fan
25
hatred.
because this is what this man
Fan
does.
hatred.
Listen, his eye test might not have been working over a Duval Rare, but it definitely worked in terms of putting this list.
Right before the break, this guy's gonna take a shot at me.
I know,
On
right?
my daughter's
Yeah.
birthday day. It's
Look at
incredible.
this guy.
This is incredible.
His 40th.
Incredible.
Beast first, his 40th, and Tom's taking shots.
It's
His birthday was 3 months ago.
I can't even look up. It was.
First off,
And he
first
still got a
off,
gift from
yo,
us.
yo, the best.
I mean, how much do we love this guy?
The best-
Still gets a gift 3 months later from us. Come on, how
Can
dare
I,
you,
can,
Brian?
can I do?
Yeah, go
Can I
ahead.
do a little story?
I was in no rush to go to the
Brian,
break. I'm
can Brian-
going.
Can Brian do a little story here?
Oh, can Brian,
So-
story time with Brian,
Story
VH1,
time with Brian. Yeah, storyteller.
A2D Story Towers.
A2D story towers.
It's tough to get out.
So-
A2D Story Towers, Brian Wilson.
So anyway, so I get
Do we
there.
need some background music? You need anything for the story? I'll get you some. Go ahead. You just talk.
No, we're good. So I get there today, right? I put the car down, and Tommy walks in like shortly after me, and I'm talking to Len, and she's like, I was asking Tom what birthday it was for her, so we could decide which card to buy, and he had no idea.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I
Let me-
said.
Let me go.
That's not what I said.
You were there. Let me go. This is what Len tells me.
All right, here we go.
He doesn't. He's like, oh, I don't know. He doesn't know. I'm like, and she's like, she's like, how do you not know? It's her birthday. We had to buy her birthday card. How do you not know? He's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, he should know it's one. I said to her, I said, but you know what? In his defense, the guy always says I always bash him. In his defense, I said, I'm pretty sure she turned 1 in like March. So, I mean, it's like a 1.5 party, I guess. I don't really know.
Well, that's what got in my head because I was like, real quick, in my defense.
April 28th, so she's 14.
Yeah, in my defense, I said, wait, because I thought she was 1, right? I didn't think she wasn't 1. I said, wait, but she was running around the wedding more like a 2-year-old. Like, she was behaved. So it started getting in my goddamn head how behaved she was. She was more behaved than half the guests. We talked about that outside, Wells, remember? She was more behaved than half the guests. And I started thinking, well, maybe she's got to be 2 then, because she was really moving around. Well, and I said, well, wait, both parents are athletes, so that's a given. And she's gonna, and I really said it, both parents are athletes, so it's a given. She's gonna be up and moving a lot quicker than most with some agility. I did mention that as well. Lena will verify that, but it got confused. I had to go on Facebook for a second. I said, hold on, I gotta look, because I thought she was 1, but I'd be the guy who'd go with the 1 card, and she's 2, and I get it all messed up. So.
Well, I told you the card I almost bought, right?
The cards are the worst. There's no good cards.
No. So I'm in CVS
They
today.
stink.
Now, granted, I waited until 9 minutes before I showed up.
Oh, by the
to buy
way,
card.
if Lena didn't come, if my wife didn't come with me, I would just hand the gift cards flat out. That's
No
how I
card?
roll.
No
No
card?
card.
Ah, that's terrible.
No card. Nobody
That's
likes a
terrible.
card. And so I just wasted $250. I'd rather give you the $250 extra in the pocket and say, here, this is what I was going to give you for the card. You know.
First off,
Wrap
If
it
it
in a
was
napkin.
$250
Put it in a napkin.
if it was $250, then you went to like the Hallmark outlet store because it's like $375.
Listen, all I know
$4
is
easy.
that I swiped this morning for whatever, two parties. And it just in Walgreens, I swiped for like 136. So the cards have to
I spent $60.
So the cards have to be at least 5, right?
I spent
High
60.
fours,
I
right?
spent 60.
That's a waste of money for a card. How long does that card stick around for? Even the best card. We all know where
Well,
it goes.
listen, so
right?
my-
Even the best card, we all know where it goes.
I used to get yelled at when I was younger because I
Me too.
would open the cards and like take stuff out and just throw the card. and my mom would be like, "You gotta put it up for display because everyone got you the card." I don't give a shit about the card.
They know we cared about the card.
It says I'm 12. Congratulations! Now they got the ones that sing. No one cares. All right. So anyway, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I want to get her. And I'm looking at it. And they have all these ones for her. It's a 1-year-old boy. And I'm like, there's no 1-year-old girl cards? The hell? So I see one, Minnie Mouse. I'm like, all right, perfect. I grab it, right? There's like 2 versions of it. The English one sold out. The one I grab is Spanish. It's like, Feliz cumpleaños, all this stuff. And I was like, do I still buy it? I almost did. I was like, I'm going to do it. And I was like, shit, I can't do it. It's Spanish. I'm not going to do it.
She can't read yet.
That's what I said. I was like,
That's what I said. You should have wrote in the card. Sorry, the American ones. The English ones are taken.
Some woman is like kind of trying to help me. Old woman. She's looking at cards too. And she was like, oh, is it for a Spanish girl? I said, no, but she's one. She can't read. Doesn't matter. She doesn't know what it says.
No,
That's great.
no close. The other side, we'll do the all U-Haul team.
So I didn't buy the Spanish card, by the way.
We'll do the all U-Haul team, and we will also get into who we think wins the home run derby. Disagree, right here, HUDradio.com. And this has been brought to you by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. 703 Black Horse Pike, Glendora, New Jersey. 856-939-2030. On the web, sportsoutletinc.com. And we'll also do one more. Gibson Mayer, LLC, your certified public accountant. 215-369-3300. On the web, GibsonMayer.com.
You're listening to the worldwide leader of Real Talk, A2DRadio.com.
This is Tom Arnone, owner and operator of A2DRadio.com and host of Agree to Disagree. If I want to go check out a ball game, there's no better place than the Philly Sports Bar located 31 South Black Horse Pike in Runnymede, New Jersey. With over 40 plasma and HD TVs, a brick oven, a 2-story deck, the sports bar has surpassed everyone's expectations. From the one-of-a-kind sports memorabilia to life-size sports figures, the bar stays true to its name. The Philly Sports Bar will provide quality service along with outstanding variety of the finest liquors and well-known beers in a family-friendly environment while remaining true to what they are, the best darn sports bar. That's the Philly Sports Bar, located in Runnymede, New Jersey.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Hey guys, Rob Povia here from Fantasy Dominance Now and the Hockey Happy Hour here on A2DRadio.com. And I got a quick question for you. Is your home in need of remodeling? Well, contact Harry's Contracting at 609-638-6336. That's 609-638-6336. Harry Ernst is the owner, and he's fully insured and licensed. And his prices are so low, you'll think he's insane. Mention A2D Radio, and you get 15% off the estimate. And if you give Harry the job, tack on another 5% off for a total of 20% off the job. That is insane. Contact Harry Ernst at 609-638-6336 or email him at mrmustang02@verizon.net. Harry's Contracting. Insane home improvements.
Welcome back. Agree, disagree right here, A2DRadio.com. We are live from the BMW of Atlantic City studios. We're in Mount Ephraim. They're in Egg Harbor Township. And we'll give them 1 month free because this is a great deal. And I'm sure if you go in there and they're not running the deal, they'll run the deal for you, I'm sure. So BMW Atlantic City, they challenge their sales team. They must sell 100 vehicles, which means you save right now. Lease a certified pre-owned Elite 2016 BMW 320i with xDrive, just $299 a month for 36 months. The ultimate driving experience is closer than you think. BMW Atlantic City, easy to get to, minutes off exit 37 on the Parkway, online at BMWofAtlanticCity.com. If you're just joining us, we started to show off with our main poll question. If you have free tickets to the MLB All-Star Game, would you go or sell? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is how you can find us. And that was brought to you by Scanzano Sports Center. Right on the web, ScanzanoSports.com. Tom Arnone, joined by Brian Wilson, Nick Delgado, the bad boys of sports talk on the worldwide leader, Real Talk, A2DRadio.com. Gentlemen, so we went through the All-Star game. We had a little fun with that. We talked some Phils, obviously. You know, time to bring up Crawford. We talked a little bit about Thompson, you know, playing better ball, projected around, you know, right now around 72 wins. We mentioned the Cubs coming really back down to reality, 6-15 in their last 21 games. That is the worst record in the NL over that stretch. So, you know, you come back down to reality. Baseball bites you. And it bit them on the
bite you
mound.
hard, too.
And it's bit them on the mound a lot right now. And
Absolutely.
listen, that's not a division where you can get cute with. It's just not. Other divisions, you can coast and get away with that.
It's just amazing.
In that division, them two other teams right down there right with you. And they're right in striking distance. And they're both teams playoff caliber teams that I just want to get cute with.
Yeah.
Listen, the Billy Goat just doesn't go away. I know I keep saying it, but
Yeah,
it
not
just
even-
doesn't go away. And when you crown so quick, we crowned 50 games into a
no,
season.
Absolutely.
It's
And
tough.
it's not even that. Like, I mean, it's just the other guy, like, their pitching never scared me. Like, we knew, you know, Jake was, you know, all-world, even though it was one season and we were starting to figure it out, and the yoga and the other side of rubber, like Willie pointed out, and it really looked like, you know, this guy was, you know, just, you know, ready to just, you know, be this, you know, we knew last year, like, it's obviously hard to repeat you know, what he did last year, but he was still, you know, penciled in to being that guy that was all world. You know, Lester never really impressed me. I understand he's a winner, you know, and he, you know, he was a big postseason guy.
I was going to say,
Big
historically a
postseason
great
guy.
postseason
Yeah,
pitcher,
yeah, so,
which
you
is
know,
one thing I will give him.
Yeah. And we, you know, John Lackey was long in the tooth. We know he's going to take the ball every fifth day.
That
give
horse
you innings.
face.
Yeah,
Long tooth horse face.
He's going to give you, you know, he's going to give you innings, and you know, and he's going to battle. He's that wily veteran, but you know, the other guy Hamels and Kendricks, they don't scare you, even though they've been pitching better than the other two. You know, what I mean, Arrieta hasn't been Arrieta. You know, we know what Lester's doing, so. You know, for me, you know, their pitching was always an issue. You know, if you ask me, but you know that lineup was so good, and it was just
A
like,
couple of
you
them
know what I
other
mean?
guys were throwing great too to start the year.
Yeah,
Like,
the 4 or 5
like
guys.
Hendricks.
Yeah.
And
And Hamels,
Jason Hamill. Yeah.
You know, and
Just I don't
in the back end of the pen.
like that's not going to last, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And I never trusted. I love people like Hector Rondon. I never was a big trust in him. I still think that they should make a move for Chapman or Miller or one of them guys that's available.
Oh yeah.
By the way, your squad could make a move for one too because Rosenthal has really struggled.
he got demoted. I tell you.
Oh, they sent him down?
Well, he's like this. Well, that's the next step. He's out the door.
I know he's
like
not
the
the closer
7th
no
inning
more.
guy. Yeah,
I know that. But he's still
he's the
been struggling
closer.
too.
Yeah. He came in the 7th inning the other day and gave up 4 straight hits. It was like, dude, it's getting old.
And they took
You
him
know what
out.
I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to go get him. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Yeah, so I was closing for them, but no, I agree. The Cubbies, the starters and the bullpen don't scare me. You know, anytime Trevor Cahill's in your bullpen and you're talking about him as one of your guys, like. You know, beat it, Screech. That don't do nothing
Trevor
for me.
Cahill
You know what I mean?
stinks.
Yeah, exactly. He don't do nothing for me. So.
Well, you know, they're going to live and die by hitting the baseball. You know, I got out slug people.
Yeah, and you saw
Live
what
and
happened with
die
the
in
Blue
LA.
Jays. You saw the Blue Jays. You saw what happened with that. So, pitching and defense win in the postseason. So, I mean, if you don't, Theo knows that. So we expect him to make
We got a
some
couple
moves,
guys over
make some
here.
moves.
Just finding clues, like we're in the mystery van. Scooby Doo.
You look at Schwarber, possible trade chip right there. Try to bring in an arm. They got talent still down in the minor league system too. So I mean,
They actually
and
have
like
a
you
good
said, Theo loves
They
his
actually have
arms.
a good amount
No.
of talent.
I mean, that's
Theo loves his arms. Does he
that's
make a deal?
it's a great name, but with that kind of injury, you almost I don't know if you can pull the trigger. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's not going to come back. It just the chip isn't as enticing, as it once was.
You couldn't put him in a deal by himself
I mean?
and get back with the arm you
'Cause
expect.
You just don't know.
Now you got to
just
put him in a
don't
deal.
know, you know what I mean?
He would have to be packaged in a deal to get
so
back where you
it
want.
took a couple years.
Javi Baez.
It took a couple years for Kendry Morales to come back, and he's starting to swing it a little bit, for the Royals, last year and this year. But that horrific injury he had, moronically jumping on home plate, you know what I mean. But you saw when you blow out a knee, man, it's bad news. Both when you blow out the whole thing, you know what I mean. ACL's one thing, MCL's one thing. When you blow out all the PCLs,
All the Ls?
When all the L's go,
You're in trouble.
trouble.
Well, that's the thing.
Trouble.
That's the thing. It's a 2-year injury to come back to be somewhere like close to what you were as a player. But I mean, that's a chip they had. Obviously, you said Baez.
They have others too.
So I mean, they have plenty of chips.
They have kids in the minors that can play too.
We'll see. We'll see if they make any moves. But we got about 19 minutes here to go. So real quick, home run derby. Who do you got? I mean,
For me, it's Stanton, and the dark horse would be Will Myers, little hometown guy in San Diego. You know what I mean? We saw what that crowd did with Frazier last year. So
Wait, Stanton's in it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't realize Stanton was in it.
Animal. But
Well, I'm
Hold your
gonna go.
ground.
I'm gonna go Flavor Frazier.
Flavor Flav, little Jersey
Frazier.
Jersey boy.
Just, going for the back-to-back Jersey boy. I mean, we'll give it to him.
And listen,
Yeah.
you don't have a date, do you? I mean, come on, nobody's timing us. Let's go.
Well, keep it at 2 hours.
Well, guys, we got 19 minutes left.
2 hours. I keep it to 2. I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
It's because we're finding clues, and he's like.
Well, see, I don't like the
He's like
matchups.
Shaggy and Scooby over there, just walking around nonsensically while we're doing the hard work.
So here's the matchups, right?
Like Jeepers, Scoob.
Trumbo goes against
Right.
Corey Seager to open it up. You have Frazier going against Cargo. Adam Duvall, Will Myers,
Duvall got it.
Yeah.
Robinson Cano, Giancarlo.
Oh, that's a tough one for Gene.
So I like Giancarlo, but I think my dark horse is one of the sweetest swings in ball baseball. I'm gonna go Cano, which is my dark horse.
So,
yeah.
and his dad usually throws to him. So I mean,
I'm pretty sure
it's spelled high. It's spelled high and delicious.
Get it.
Spelled high and delicious.
pretty sure he's won one before. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, who?
Yeah, he's in
Frazier's
1,000.
won one, right?
Yeah, last year.
Obviously, did Cargo ever win one? No.
No, but talking about sweet swing though.
Yeah, Cargo another sweet swing.
First off, Cargo has actually struggled, if I'm correct, in the years that he's been in it.
Something tells me he would. He's more. He's got a lot of pop. Don't get me wrong, but he's more of a. I feel like he's a gap guy. I just don't.
Swings a little long.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't feel like he's built for this kind
He's
of.
a stud.
He's a no. Nobody's
I love
questioning the
He's
stud.
a pup. And by the way, he's going to get dealt, I think.
I love him.
Well, the odds here. You
At
want
the
you want
Well,
the
at the
odds?
beginning of the year, that's what the Cardinals were talking about. Cargo or Blackman. And I was like,
You know who's getting. You know who's getting him, and it's going to be a sad day, because they're probably going to win again. Is San Fran? Watch it.
You like that? Wow,
Giants.
nice.
Giants go to. Cargo goes to the Giants at the deadline.
And you believe they have enough
And just
pieces
like you said,
to do it? They have enough
Rosenthal.
pieces to get it back, in your eyes.
Yeah.
To make that whole, because you got to give up. You're going to give them a lot.
Oh, you're going to give him.
If you're not putting in, 1 or 2 in your organization, you're giving up 5.
Well, we just talked about they need pitching. So
It's
I mean,
almost
like,
a Hamels
if
deal
you're
all
the
over.
If you're the Cardinals, you throw in Rosenthal and somebody else, and maybe you get Cargo. You know?
Let me answer your question. What do you think you got to give up more for in baseball? Do you think you give up more of the 5-for-1 deals when it comes to pitching and less when it comes to a position player? Because I feel like I see more of the bigger for the ace than I do for the position
because
player.
the ace is everything what you want always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a guy who's a 330 type hitter, does everything, sprays all fields, and you might only get
Yeah.
No, I
2
would
or
say
3.
Two or three. Good
2 or 3,
guys.
right? I mean, I think we're 2 or 3.
Pitching's always the hot commodity. You
Just
know what I mean?
crazy, right?
Just like you said, you guys mentioned earlier about Hellickson. He's going to get dealt. You know what I mean? Not saying
And
he's-
Hellickson
you know what I mean?
will get.
But now it's
we'll
time
get,
to buy
we'll
high.
get a decent
you know?
player for Hellickson.
They're going to buy high, you know?
Yeah.
Or sell high.
Helgson is not throwing the ball bad. Teams will need him, need a starter. I guarantee you we get a solid prospect for Jeremy Helgson.
Listen, I'll get rid of Helgson. I don't care either way.
Well, we want to bring Thompson up.
Yeah, I want to bring Thompson up, but another way around it is if you can't get rid of Helgson, okay, so you just don't get rid of him, hypothetically. Do you start to go in the my direction with a certain somebody to get Thompson up? I think we've had this conversation before. That's why I haven't just said it.
Well, I know.
Vinny?
I know
Yeah, I mean, do you contemplate that decision?
You want to deal Vinny?
No.
he wants to close him.
No. I don't ever want to deal
He
Vinny.
wants to roll the tape on what Sweep said back in March.
I think he's
you
closer.
want him to close?
Yeah, I think he's closer built. Now with Gomez, I understand it, but this kid's got closer stuff.
We're going to trade Gene Moore too.
That's fine, but then that opens up. My point is, if you can't get rid of Helgson, or you start getting a logjam in these arms, that's got to be the guy to go to be my closer.
Do we want to change? Do we want to take the guy who's been our best starter and make him a closer? I don't know if I'm ready to do that.
Does it matter?
Yeah, I think it might.
It's not going to matter to his psyche.
I mean, it might. Maybe he wants to start.
I need to see more than 6. So, I mean, that will happen. I'm not saying it won't.
He's starting a complete game this year.
I think he fizzles. He's got to learn to get his pitch count down earlier in games, not worry about striking everybody out, because what happens is pitch count runs up and he's out after 5 or 6. And some just because of his pitch count and some because he just fatigues early. That's why I start seeing this more and more from him. And I know he's got the ability to complete a game, but I look at like his makeup and I look at, wow, this is closer stuff. I mean, this is just closer shit.
He has closer. He has the great stuff that you want out of a closer, the electric stuff. Yeah. He completely has it.
Now, you don't butt off your nose to spite your face, whatever they say, and move him when he's one of your best starters. I get that.
Saying is, you're saying he's only going 6 innings, but no one on our friggin' team's going 6.
Well, I'm foreshadowing. Well, I'm foreshadowing what I expect.
And the guy we were thinking is going to be better than him has really struggled and gotten shut down. So, I mean.
Well, you're right. You're right. I don't disagree with that, but if you foreshadow a little bit, you expect Noah to get it back.
When you're a strikeout guy, you run high pitch counts. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, so that you don't get out of you don't get past 5 or 6 too many times. If you're striking out double digit guys or even anywhere from 8 to 12 guys per game, and you're running full counts or 2-2 counts or whatever you're running, your pitch count's going to get high.
Yeah, and the guy's got good stuff. He doesn't have Kershaw stuff where he's striking a guy out in 3 pitches. I mean, he's got good stuff, and I just look at it and I say, man, that translates to a 1-inning lights out type guy. Just because he's got 3 pitches, he throws hard, he's not scared to throw his fastball, and that's just if you have that logjam, like you said, Sweeps, like an 8 spot where you got 8 of these guys and you don't want to get rid of some of them. Well, that's where you start saying who translates better where. And that's where I look at that. But, the odds. That's what I want to tell you guys. The odds for the home run derby, we know. This is their main event of the whole All-Star, weekend. Is the home run derby.
It's the big thing.
So you look some odds. We're gambling guys here. And this is why I lean towards Cano. But Stanton, the favorite, plus 350. Trumbo, second, plus 375. So they're right there. And then a little jump. Will Myers plus 550.
Wow, he's
third. Frazier plus 600.
I love Frazier at
little
plus
hometown
600.
Little hometown cooking for Myers.
Duvall plus 600. Cano plus 800.
Wow, I love that too.
Cargo plus 800. And this is the one who makes me, I would take this bet. Corey Seager plus 900. Let me ride.
Throw 25 on him?
Plus 900? Hey-o! Why not? Why not? Kick and swing it? I mean.
Could have a little Ichiro in him. They say Ichiro, he goes yard anytime he wants.
Yeah, Barry said he would win. He would never lose a home run derby.
BP.
Barry's like, bend over, you'll never lose a home run derby, and I'll report that to the media. That's how I feel like that conversation went. I'm like, Barry, Barry, I like Ichiro's a great player. We talked about this a million times. But Barry, would you stop it? Because you alone he won't beat. Like you alone without Juice, he's not beating in the home run derby. Who are you kidding, Barry? Have a little confidence in yourself. Stop giving Ichiro hand jobs. Let's go.
Happy endings?
Really? Ichiro should be given. I mean, I'm not here to say. Wilson. Well, I got nothing out of Wilson on that one. I was right up his alley with his Asian ball players. You know what I mean? Ichiro should be given happy ending. You want to be technical.
Yeah. And I just, I respect Ichiro, but I don't like the Asian ball player. That's correct. Jung Ho Gong, I kind of do like, because he swings it. He don't swing.
He does, bro.
He don't swing that little bloop,
Yeah.
little bloop,
Yeah.
little bloop stick.
He lets it eat, doesn't he?
Boom stick, baby.
He lets it eat.
Who? I was reading something. Who were you saying?
Jung Ho. I like
Pirates.
Jung Ho Gong.
Yeah, he does.
From Pirates.
Well, no, you like him because he's on your fantasy team too.
Well, first off,
I know your style. You would not like him if he was not starting in your lineup.
But listen, you can say that, but what you got to say here is you have to preface this. I've been playing fantasy baseball for like 11 years,
Me too,
and I've
brother.
never
Come on.
taken an Asian player.
I know you.
I used to remove them from my list before the draft.
In the queue, they weren't in there.
No,
they
weren't
weren't in there.
Someone would take him. I'd be like, oh, shit, I didn't realize he was there still because I had removed him.
Like, he's not taking
days ago.
Ichiro. He's not even going to take Ichiro at his pinnacle. He wouldn't touch him.
No. He could have been there.
I'll take him all day.
He could have been there in the fifth
I'll
round.
win legs
I wouldn't have
because of
touched
him.
I wouldn't have touched him. Fifth round.
There's a
Wouldn't
guy.
have touched him.
Hey, there's a guy with conviction. There's a guy with conviction because Ichiro was getting like 220
And
hits back in his day.
I
by the
broke-
way,
and I broke-
That shows that he's an idiot.
and stealing 50 bags.
Yeah, it shows that he's an
I'm not
idiot,
an idiot
too.
at all. And I broke my conviction for Jung Ho this year
The Conger.
Look at Jung Ho bringing you into the Asian world.
because he plays third and short and he swings it with power. He doesn't
You would be
swing
a
that
guy that I
little
would
slap
see
shit.
at one of them games in
In the
Japan.
Asian market.
Like, you would remind me of a ball player that would play in Japan. He's got that
Tom
makeup.
Selleck, Mr.
Tom
Baseball.
Yeah, like he's got that makeup.
Am I Mr. Baseball right now? Did you just Mr. Baseball me?
Yes.
I did.
Did I just get Mr. Baseball right now?
I did. I mean, Charlie Manuel played over in Japan.
Like, he's a god over there. He's like,
Yeah, he is.
He is. He's like King Kong.
Yeah, when you go over and hit 40, they love you. They love the American players because any American player that goes over there, it's got pop. Like Willie Moe. Like when Willie Moe, all Willie Moe can do is hit a home run.
That goes to his point.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
But my point is, when you go,
It's because we have pop because we take full swings. They all do little half swings.
but the ones who do it right are good hitters. You know.
That's fine.
Listen, we know my ranks and players. They're third. If you want to go from American to Latin to, Japanese players, they're third in the list of how I rank them. And I think that we all, after our little all-star shakeup that we did earlier on the show where we had USA versus the world, okay, we didn't even add in the Japanese or Asian ball players because they're not going to beat the Latin players. We know this, so they stay off the list. Unless there was an Ichiro at the time or somebody that great.
Except for the fact that for some reason, actually it's not for some reason, it's because they go to a special school when they're 6 for it, but they dominate the friggin' Little League World Series.
They do.
The world section.
But the point,
Chinese Taipei's in the final every friggin' year.
the point to where we rank, USA.
they're fully grown at 12.
Where we rank USA versus the world, I think we came to
5-3.
a great conclusion here that we rank USA 1 now. When we went all through the players, and I think that if you would ask us without thinking that, I would say, Latin American players, right? I mean, just off the top of my head.
I would thought, yeah.
Giddy up.
And,
Absolutely.
and we just broke something here on Agree to Disagree.
Seriously.
The Bad Boys of
Oh,
Sports
it's
Talk.
breaking news.
On the worldwide leader, a mother, real talk.
Seriously.
And that was real talk.
Fucking real talk.
Thank you. I'm going to take a couple weeks
Oh,
off.
you got to take a week off?
Maybe a couple because I said a lot. I said a lot.
I felt like I should
I said
test
a lot.
I was thinking about testing the waters there. I decided just to dive in. Just dive in.
Wait, listen, we're good at attacking each other, but this week better than other weeks.
We're going past.
Well, at the time, yeah, I canceled that out. But, we did a better job this week if
I haven't attacked.
we took it easy.
You know what it is? I
Pick and choose.
I decided to pull the reins back. Okay, we'll delve more into actual sports talk. I won't attack as much. All right, and
Right here as well.
Maybe we'll let Tom actually shine.
Let me shine, this son of a bitch. Let me shine.
I felt like
I got to keep remembering them.
I felt like
I got to keep reminding
them.
them.
I'm walking in like Rihanna, like shine bright like a diamond. I'm just starting to sing for you.
I was just going to say.
Listen,
Christine-
you know
Christine
that
told-
you were brought in for a reason, right?
Christine told him how good his singing voice was. And
then-
it's the second time he piped one out today.
Listen, you know
Like a
why you were
diamond
brought
the
in.
sky.
Obviously, I'm a judge of talent.
Shine bright like
All
a
right,
diamond.
Sweeps, you know why you were brought into this show. But don't forever sit here and think that you might have some really good shows, Brian, right? And I might have some shows like anybody else. You have your going to your bands. But don't ever think for a second that you're out shining. I mean, you want to say shine together? Fine. But you want to come out here and take shots at us two that you're the only one shining. I don't like that one bit.
I never said I'm the only one shining. I just said I'm outshining you.
Well, I need somebody on my side, so I'm going to try to rearrange that into ways that help my argument.
Shine bright like a diamond.
He's looking for a tag team partner.
No, I've been doing
Fans.
Listen, I might have to go get a fourth partner. I
fans
might have to
are-
go get somebody.
Marty
that's gonna-
Jannetty over here.
Listen, it's Bert and Ernie, and it's just me, Oscar the Grouch, right in the middle. So there's
Oscar?
times when I got it. There's times when I'm on your side, and there's times when I'm
I
on the
haven't
big
heard-
fella's side.
I haven't. Listen, it's been a few weeks.
Wow.
Since I recorded you being on my side completely.
It's tough when you're constantly wrong. I know. It's really bad.
I'm hosting the show. How wrong can I be by giving you a question? Right? I'm hosting the show. How wrong can I be by giving you a question? Like, I'm wrong the Wills by just giving a question.
According to the last few weeks, you've been really wrong.
Well, let me tell you something. What I did this week is,
Got back to the basics.
well, I relocked in.
Did some T work. Did some flippies.
Front toss.
This is
He'll
dry-
wear, yo,
this is
he'll
dry
wear you.
swings with my
He will wear
shirt
you
off.
out front toss. All right, he will wear you out. He
Did
told
some
us
front
that.
toss.
Did some dry cuts with my shirt off. You know, the use.
Yahtzee.
The use.
I
is,
did get a.
Dude, that dude's
we
video's
forgot
the
to
best,
talk
though.
about that last week. He did take two cuts in the softball home run derby afterwards. The aftermath of it.
Did you homer?
He was looking for a bat. No, two lasers.
Nah, just.
Two lasers with no backspin.
He's a single hitter.
Always have
center.
been.
Right center.
Single double guy.
It was so funny though.
Look
He was
at his
walking
face,
around.
double
He was walking around looking for a bat. Come on, give me that bat. Let's go.
Yeah, like nobody would give me a goddamn bat. I'm doing all this shit for free. Speaking of that, Sports Outlet for all. Just all right. Well, listen, you need a bat to swing. The Sports Outlet, Glendora, New
I
Jersey.
got plenty.
856-939-2030 on the web, sportsoutletinc.com. Tell Frankie, anybody Sports Outlet, the boys from A2D Radio, agree, disagree, saying you they will take care of you in that store, I promise. But no, a great event they put on every year.
Always.
It's fun to be out there. And I actually liked
It
it.
used to be on July 4th.
Well, listen,
I
me
don't
and
know why they changed it.
me and Billy Sampolsky argued about this game day. And this I worded this because I talked to Frankie in the morning, and Frank's like, Tom, if it's raining, don't worry about it. And I said, I'll have an alternate plan if it rains. I'll figure something out.
And you did.
Right? But I'm not going to bring my equipment out in the rain.
You
So I
had
get out there.
You had a hat cam. I mean, incredible.
Listen, so I get out there, and I love Billy to death, but this is where he doesn't get it. I get out there, and he goes, look at the sky. It's beautiful. I said, listen, it's rain in the forecast. He's like, bring out the speakers so people can hear me, giving them shit. I said, listen, I can't. I said, I have canceled state high school playoff games because weather was in the forecast. I'm sure as hell not bringing it out so these guys at a home run derby can hear themselves or see themselves. I got this. So I bring the phone out. Let's just shoot a live video. And it worked out great, though. But, Billy wanted it. And that being said, it didn't rain. But I can't take them chances. And Frankie's like, I'm not. Frankie's dad was like, I'm not going to pay the bill. Don't tell him not to bring it out there. You know what I mean? He gets it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless people are going to fork the bill out. Jay's the stranger was telling me, Jay Love. We know Jay. He's like, how much does a mic cost? I said, I don't know. It could cost, some of them I have are $400. Oh, I'll split it with you. I said, that still puts me down $200.
Yeah.
He's the king. He's the king.
Set
of
me
that.
up a tent.
Oh, we'll split it. No one's splitting it.
Yeah,
You
I'm
want-
still losing
you
money.
wanna- You want to
Set
buy
me up.
two of them? We'll bring them both out.
Yeah. Set me up a table and give me a tent and stuff. That's what I mean.
Well,
that's
even
your best
that.
shot. That's your
Yeah,
best
and they
shot.
said that. I said, even that I'm not taking the chance because of wind blowing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the way. It's what you got to. It's what you got to deal with in outside conditions.
Northeast, bro.
Listen, if a baseball school wants to get me a booth enclosed,
Was that like?
it's at any of the schools we cover.
I think it was accidental, but I think he was,
there was
he was looking at Audubon and used to say.
There was zero accidental. There was no accidental on it at all. I mean, I saw Sammy today. All right, Sam, let's go. No, but for real, if
Shine bright like
that's
a
the only way you can
diamond.
pull it off, and nobody's.
Audubon should build a little press box, though. Seriously.
And nobody's
one of
built-
their own. One of their own, doing great stuff. All right, let's go.
Mr.
Build a
Urban
little
reached
press
out to
box.
me, right, about the booster stuff. I said, listen, I want to cover Audubon football. I want to cover Audubon baseball.
Elevate
but let
it
me tell you
right
something.
next to the plate.
Let me tell you something. I don't expect the school to pay, but I do expect the booster club to help me. And I'm not taking shots. I was just a conversation. We had a great one. That I need
he's
the
awesome.
booster club's help
Mr.
to
Great dude.
oh, the best.
Great
the
dude.
best. Tom, you haven't talked to you. I love him.
Great dude.
Stop by, drop off your ad packages. We'll help you out. So that's what I'm talking about. He's like, whatever I got to do. The booster, tell them. I said, hey, I'll give a kickback of 10% back into the booster club, something like that for both schools or any school we cover. I'll kick back, say, 15% of whatever they help me bring in. You kick back into the booster to help out the program. So it's helping the station.
Help me, help you.
Right? It's everybody helping each other. So that's what it took talking to Mr. Urban for that to come to my head. I said, I think we got an idea how to make this work. Because no school's going to pay, and rightfully so. Most of them don't have it in their budget. 98% of them don't have it in their budget. You want to talk like St. Augustine. You want to talk about some of the big boys, big boys in basketball. Maybe they have it to pay. But you got to be, it just depends. So I don't know where this rant came in. It's not even a rant. It's just high energy. I found something good.
Well, you
Me
should
and
have
Mr. Urban.
Like I said, you should have a booth. I mean, that's
2
what-
years. How long
that's
do you
where
do
the
it?
first one should be.
Right? 2
First
years?
one should be at Audubon, where it all started.
Yeah.
Right.
Coming home.
The home son. The
That's your song,
the
Sleeves.
hometown.
I stole it. I like it. I'm not going to lie.
The hometown hero. Boom. Just put a little booth right there. Right
No
above-
hero. I mean, I'm not
Look at that.
Cerrito.
Right behind home plate. Just put it up there. Wow. Mr. Wikipedia.
That's a good one. You got a good laugh out of me on that one. I like
Yeah, I
that.
know. I look right at you. I look right at
That's a
you.
good one. That's a good one.
You know what I mean? You would think he's Flacco.
Cerrito Productions, watch out. Okay.
And listen, love.
He just had a kid.
Tons of respect for what he does on that with everything he's done. Tons of respect. I'm taking a shot, and he'd probably enjoy it too.
Of course.
The shot and the plug. And
Yeah, he got plugged. Cerrito Productions.
hey, listen, I'm
guy.
hey, I got a percent of the listing when that comes out. So I shook a shot with a hometown guy to get involved with him. Bring some money to the table, and if it takes off, good. But if not, I took a shot at a hometown guy. So we're asking our Audubon peeps and our local sponsors to do the same damn thing. Wake up, people. Every life matters, even internet radio stations.
F&A.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders, best thing he said his whole career. His little comment on the other day.
I don't really want to get into this.
No,
guys read it?
exactly.
I don't want to get read into it.
No.
I don't
He
feel like I'm
read my
I
mind
don't feel
because
like
I
I'm
was going
qualified to get into this.
Yeah,
I'm not qualified
because-
either. I just want to read what he wrote.
No.
That's all.
But it's funny that it came full circle because I almost asked for a couple minutes in the beginning of the show, thanks to the privilege from you guys allowing me to be on the air and have a little bit of a soapbox. But I thought better of it because it's angry and it's probably going to come off the rails for me. So
Yeah,
and we're here to do sports. You
Yep.
understand? But
We are.
I'm not happy.
No, I'm not happy
and I'm
either.
not saying anybody is.
But
in
this
here,
is Deion.
joke.
When it
Disgrace.
comes when this comes from a
country's going to
a great
hell in a
a
handbasket.
great player, somebody who's out there in the media, who's big time in prime time like he is, and this should wake up everybody. And we can leave it here. But this is what he writes: Black lives matter, white lives matter, Hispanic lives matter, Latin lives matter, Asian lives matter, all lives matter, your life matters. #truth, and we can just leave it right there. And people heard that,
I've been saying it all along.
and they should take that with them. So,
You know what? I'm going to say one thing.
sure.
The one thing I want to say, and this is nothing. I don't care if you're black, white, green,
I love
orange,
this son
yellow.
of a bitch. I just love this
I
guy.
don't
Go
care.
ahead.
I don't care if you're black, white, green, orange, yellow,
Yeah.
purple, whatever other colors are out there, teal. All right, and I don't care if the cop is black, white, green, orange, yellow, teal. If a cop tells you to do something,
Sit still.
you gotta fucking do it.
Sit still.
I don't care if he says I don't care if you did nothing wrong. All right, then you get arrested, and it comes out in court you did nothing wrong, and the charges get dropped. Okay, but the minute you start resisting in any way, you open it up to interpretation, and that's when you can get in big trouble.
Listen, if you don't think, and I might not have enough
He says,
information.
hands up,
I might be
he
with
says,
sweeps.
Get down, you get down.
I might be with sweeps here where what I say might come off completely wrong, and I don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, listen, are there bad cops out there? Sure.
Of course.
But because
There's bad
of course,
people everywhere.
there's bad people everywhere. But at the end of the day, when you look at the goddamn rundown of the arrest reports on the people that this happened to, nobody should die. Every life matters. But when you think they don't, at the end of the day, when you pull up and you run somebody, you're getting this record. So then when you're telling them to relax, and you're not getting what you're asking for, you're automatically thinking your life matters too, right?
Yeah.
Listen, in the heat of the moment, right? And one guy we don't
It's a
like.
3-second decision.
But Rob Lombardi chimed in on something. He said,
better
listen,
to be-
we're trained to shoot like arteries. We're not trained to shoot the injure. We're trained to shoot to kill. So, in the heat of a moment, listen, all this is crazy, but in the heat of the moment, like an officer isn't trained to just hit your leg. He's trained to hit you in a
No,
spot
you're
where.
supposed to shoot till they stop moving.
So,
better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I mean, that's
It's just
the
a
bottom
shame.
line.
It's
I
just
mean,
a shame.
But yeah, there's a ton of bad people out there.
But this one needs to stop.
if-
Can I
if
tell you
you
what needs to
just-
stop?
if you
Can I tell you
just
what needs to stop? Because I don't care. I'll tell you what needs to stop. It needs to stop with the black community as a whole, with the whole Black Lives Matter. Because what Dion said is what needs to come out. We all matter. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it meaning more than anybody else. But then we don't mean what you're telling the white community. This is what's going to happen.
Rudy
Look,
Giuliani,
hold on.
Rudy Giuliani said it the best the other day. He said, if we were to start a White Lives Matter thing, it would be hands up across America that it's racist.
Listen, all it's saying,
That's the truth.
what you're doing to the general population is now you're separating. You're making it different. And all I'm saying is what's going to happen is you're going to have a war in you're going to have a war in this country over white and black if this keeps up.
The problem is
not from like us guys, but from
the legit problem isn't it's not even the Black Lives Matter people
Wow.
or any of that.
200.
The legit issue is that the liberal media only reports when a cop kills
it.
a black guy. That's it. You know, first
It's
off,
a
more
media
whites
issue.
get
Absolutely.
killed by cops than blacks every year, double.
over 200 at least.
Double. Okay, this is the one I saw by I think it was New York Daily News, whatever. But it was like from the all of last year, all last year's homicides, and then the last 10 years of homicides. Whites and Hispanics are their homicides, right, are 12% by cop, right? Blacks 4%. So 3 times more likely a white to be killed by a cop than a black, basically. But you don't hear about them.
No, it's a
you
media
only
problem.
hear
It's a media
about the media is the worst. The liberal media is
Just
the
worse.
very worst.
Just wanna
and
sell
it's just the absolute worst. And then Hillary came out spouting some nonsense out of her goat mouth yesterday. And she's the worst too. I don't really know where we're going because both presidential candidates are terrible. And I'm done talking politics or anything else now. But that's all I want to say. But it's just bad. They make it so much worse than it has to be. The media is terrible.
No, you're right. You're right.
Granted, we're kind of like me. We kind of media ourselves.
But, I mean, that's- listen.
we're here. We're here for enjoyment.
Yeah.
We're here to bring the masses up.
Listen,
we're
news,
enjoy it.
entertainment, sports, all in one. But the news that we're reporting is just real talk. And at the end of the day, you're right. The media wants you to see that kind of stuff. They want to paint a picture of it being worse than it really is out there. And then what happens
Well,
is
because
you have
then
the
they-
most
because then
the
they
most
get
police killings on U.S. soil since what
9/11?
9/11.
Yeah.
I mean that's becoming a little too. I've been hearing that a little too often recently. Most killings on U.S. soil since 9/11. Orlando. Most killings by police officers on U.S. soil since 9/11. Listen, we got to get it right as a group here. As a group.
It really is bad.
I'm not Mr. Trump, but he might be the only thing to help this.
Yeah, no,
It's
we're
really
gonna,
bad.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, but just like Willie said, I mean, you got to use common sense and you got to do the right thing. I mean, like I said, when I get pulled over for whether it's speeding or whatever it is, both hands go on the wheel, right, and I wait for the guy to come. And then I go searching. Most guys, people want to go, they're looking for their license. They're in such a hurry. License, registration. That guy's seeing your reach, dude. I mean, what do you think he's going to do? He can't see in your car. You wait. Boom, how you doing? Boom, and you go for your stuff. So
Yeah,
he can
what do you
see.
need? Yep,
Come on.
no doubt. No doubt. Well, let's do this because I got to run up for a minute, and I don't want to just stop the show on a dime. We still want to run over that list of like U-Haul players, guys who left. We don't.
Let's do it.
We've been waiting the whole time. Let's take a quick one.
Where
Come
are you
back.
going?
I'd like to go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh,
Brian.
okay.
This conversation could take a couple minutes. You had no issue with time, so I'm just.
I don't have an issue.
I'm
with
taking
time.
4 minutes. Is that all right?
Let's go.
Does that go with you?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, listen, if you just joined us, you can still vote. If you're giving free tickets to the MLB All-Star Game, would you go, sell? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. And, we talked about in different situations we would go, different situations we would sell. We went through that. Broke down all of Major League Baseball. We just got into politics. I don't know where the hell that came from. But on the other side, we're going to do our all U-Haul team. Guys who left, who started their career somewhere, were great players, left, and were hated or vilified or however way we want to word it.
Quick Durantula, and then we'll do that list, and then we'll bid you guys adieu.
And that's
The
it.
quick Durant crumb that he is.
Absolutely.
What a crumb move.
And this is Agree Disagree right here, A2D
We'll get
Radio.
the big fella fired up.
Yeah,
when
definitely.
we come back.
Agree Disagree. Only on A2DRadio.com. This segment was brought to you by the Philly Sports Bar located in Runnymede, New Jersey. Find them on the web. PhillyDiner.com.
welcome in to the worldwide leader of what? Real Talk, A2DRadio.com.
This is Head, your dude with the tunes from A to Z Classic Rock. When I'm hungry and in the mood for pizza or killer sandwich, I head to Legends Tap, located at 318 High Street, Burlington, New Jersey. Pleasant atmosphere, delicious pizza, kickin' sandwiches, great iced tea, soda, or if you prefer an adult beverage, they have that also. 318 High Street, Burlington, New Jersey, Legends Tap, the best pizza this side of the Delaware.
Hey, if you're interested in buying, selling, or renting a house, call Kingsgate Realty at 856-931-1200. Ask for Patrick Bokikio or visit their website at kingsgatere.com, located at 57 West Kings Highway, Mount Ephraim, New Jersey.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by The Sports Outlet, located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey, with over 40 years of customer experience giving the latest in uniforms and equipment to sports enthusiasts of baseball, softball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, and much more. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or send them an email at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit their website at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all of your sporting needs.
Oh, we're back. Agree, disagree right here on the worldwide leader of Real Talk, A2DRadio.com. Tom Renone, joined by Brian Wilson, Nick Delgazzo, the bad boys of sports talk. Glad you could join us. If you just joined us, our poll question you can vote on. If you were given free tickets to the MLB All-Star Game, would you go, sell? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is how you can find us. So we read off some of them earlier on people, mixed reactions on go and sell, and we're not mixed on it, but it just depends on the right situation like we talked about. We talked about a lot of things throughout the course of the show. You can go back and listen to any show right here. A2DRadio.com is where you can find us, or right on our YouTube channel, A2DRadio.com as well. So any place you want to go and rewatch the shows, go right ahead. They're up, and that's every show. So, gentlemen, real quick, we want to get into the U-Haul. Go ahead, Sweeps.
Yeah. Well, let's go real quick. Durant, Easy Way, or Bush?
Save it for 1 sec.
Okay.
This is brought to you by Gibson Mayer, LLC, your certified public accountant. You can find them right on the web, gibsonmayer.com. Sweeps, go ahead.
I just want to throw it to my boys.
Yeah.
Durant to the Warriors. Easy way out, cop out, Bush League. Go ahead.
Let me give this real quick, Wells, before you go, because me and Sweeps were talking about this right outside. So just to give, I've read it. To me, it's a cop out. Now, there are people who are making the argument that he's taking the harder road in a way. And do I agree with that? No. But this is their argument. I don't agree with it. Let me clarify again. I do not agree with it. But that being that he's going and playing with superstars, that if he doesn't win, there's more pressure on him to win a championship. Because if he doesn't, he's going to get crushed. If he wins,
as he should,
rightfully so. So they're saying that some reporters are saying, "Oh, it's the harder way." A lot of ESPN reporters, listen, they should lose their job immediately. I don't care how great of a writer you are.
They're dry jocks.
Yeah,
you understand?
I don't care how great your punctuation is. You should be fired immediately.
It's definitely more pressure, but it ain't harder. I mean,
No,
get out of here.
it's not harder at all. Now,
When
hold
you're
on.
leaving, in my opinion, the top 5 player in basketball in Russell Westbrook, and you're running, you're jumping ship, that's a cop-out to me. Because if you're a top 5 player like you supposedly are, Mr. Durant, you're supposedly a top 5 player in this league, act like it. You would never see Magic and Larry doing shit like this, right? You would never see this back in the day. And now is it happening more and more in sports? Yeah, it's going to happen because the free agency is bigger. We get that. But at the end of the day, you listen, if you want to leave and go to another team, okay. Do not go to the team that just knocked you the hell out. You were 1 game from the NBA Finals.
Those two guys, they were cut each other's throats. They talked to Bird and Magic.
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't even, almost didn't do a commercial together.
Hated
And
each
they
other.
realized, then they became like buddies from that
yup.
commercial. Like
Yup.
they were both hesitant, like, do I really need to do this Converse commercial? You know what I mean?
But
Like,
that's
I
a
hate
great
this guy,
point. What you
know?
just said is more happens more nowadays. These guys run into each other more. So they become more friendly than back in the day a little bit, right? And I don't like that about the game, but it's just the way the game's going. So at the end of the day, if you want to go to Boston, if you want to go just throwing teams out, L.A., Miami, whatever.
New York.
Okay, New York. Don't go to the team that just knocked you out, man. That's cop-out city. That's soft. That's weak.
That
That's
just had
every
the best-
adjective.
That just had the best record ever in the regular season.
Every adjective.
You had him buried 3-1.
Every adjective you can come up with him in terms of soft, it's used. Like, use it for Kevin Durant right now because that's how I look at it.
Cream puff.
I would
Cream.
have
He's a
I would
cream
have
puff.
had
Not a puffer fish. He puffs back in.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I would have had a Warriors wife beater, Warriors underwear as I'm training the whole winter. You know what I mean? As I re-sign with the Thunder and I'm training all winter and I'm looking at Steph, I got a poster of Steph and I'm killing him. I'm killing him every day in the gym.
Right?
You know what
And
I mean?
listen, I put Oklahoma's, let me word this right. I put their lack of success in terms of getting to the chip and winning one, okay, on him more than I do on Russell. I want to clear this up real quick because if you ask me what player I would rather have on my team right now, I'm taking Russell Westbrook.
I don't think it's a
and the people argue with me on that video, me and the guys from Ames
First
did,
off-
when I said I think Russell Westbrook's better than Steph Curry, and people told me I'm insane. Listen, eye test, baby.
He is
Eye
better.
test.
He is better.
Eye test. He's a better
First
player.
off, he's the only player.
Top 3 player in this league.
The only player in the league that's better than him is LeBron.
Oklahoma City's a playoff team still because of Russell Westbrook in the West. They still are.
Can I tell you right now?
They
though?
still are.
Can I
Sweets, if
tell
he's
you-
healthy, he's that damn good,
I'm
right?
not shaking
I
your
hate-
head.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
bringing you in. I'm
Absolutely.
not.
I hate the fact
And they
that
signed
Durant
Oladipo?
went and signed with the Warriors. I think it's everything you said. Crumb, cop out, cream puff. You know, such a weak move out of him. It's first off, I hope he's hated by everyone. And
Weak sauce.
and like literally, the Warriors went in a it's crazy in like a 13-day period. They went from being up 3-1 and about to win back-to-back. The bells of the ball. Everyone loves them. Oh, the Splash Brothers.
To the
We
heels.
love them.
To the-
Two.
the heels of wrestling. The heels of wrestling, baby.
Two. Now Curry's throwing mouthpieces. His wife's spouting off about it's rigged. Now people aren't liking him so much. They fall flat on their face, get beat by Cleveland, watch Cleveland celebrate on their court. And then Durant signs with them, and they become the #1 villains in basketball real quick.
Yeah.
Really, really quick.
was
And
a
you
hell-
know what else? This is what it comes down to.
It was a hell of a month.
Yeah. First off, Durant left. He's not saying this, and I don't care what anyone says. This is the reason he left. He left because he knows that Russell's leaving after this year. It's guaranteed. Everyone knows Russell Westbrook is not staying in Oklahoma City. So that's why he left. He was like, shit, I can get out now.
I can get out before he gets out.
I can get out now.
Now, what does that say to not only Durant in a way about his demeanor and Westbrook together on why them two never were the guys to try to get that third in with them?
They might
right?
be better.
No, but my point is, why did them two never get on the recruiting trail in any type of way? Because the NBA has money to spend every team. So my question is, why did them two
Well,
never?
they had Harden.
Oh, well, we see where that went. But my question is, why again? They never, never were
A lot
the
of people
talk.
thought Ibaka was that guy. They
Nah.
paid Ibaka a lot of money. But he wasn't that guy.
No.
He wasn't at all. Now,
There's not enough basketballs to go around.
I know.
That's
Go
the
home.
reason.
Wait.
That's the reason, and that's
Can I-
what's going to happen.
Can
All
I
right.
tell you right?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
know. I'm sorry, but
Get-
I wanted to
get
finish.
fired up.
I want to finish because before you steal what I'm about to say. All right, I'll be the first one to say it right now, and I love all these crumbs. I'm not calling the guys on our station crumbs, but some of them are crumbs. But all these guys talking about how Oh my God, the Warriors! Oh my God, the Warriors! They're not going to lose the game, dude. I think they're worse. I'm telling you right now. I don't think they're as good as they were last year. Immediately signed Durant. I think they're worse team. And I'm going to tell you like this because Harrison Barnes and Iguodala play way more defense than Durant ever will play. And don't get me wrong, Durant can score.
And they're
now
role
they got,
guys.
but like you said,
They're role guys.
there's one friggin' basketball, guys. Okay, and there's 4 dudes that are superstars. They're all going to want to be shooting. Okay, so shots are going to be coming away from some people. And Durant don't play enough D. I think their defense got worse. I don't know how the shots are going to be split up.
Yeah,
Steph running your point.
They almost can't be on the court together. You know what I mean? It's almost like when Curry rests, it's almost like he's got to be out there. Durant's got to be out there. You know, they almost feel like he can't play together.
I think
You
they're
know what I mean?
worse.
And what good is that?
Granted, they could be amazing. They
Hey,
could be amazing.
Great second team guy. Hey.
Well, Sweeps, you're right. I mean, who's running? You know, is Curry running the point for them?
He's got to be, right?
I find that bad. That's bad news to me. That's bad news. You know, listen, I'm going to say it. I said it on. I didn't say it on this show, but listen, I believe that remedy for success is going to fail, and that remedy to success in terms of being that team that jacks, that's going to fail. And I'm going to keep. Listen, we're Philadelphia.
It did just
in my opinion. Are going to change the way the game's played for the better and go back to beating people up inside. Because at the end of the day, listen, the percentages. I mean, I'm not an analytic guy. We're not analytic guys. But at the end of the day, the percentage is easier to score inside than it is to jack. Because at some point, you're going to hit a bad spell from 3. Yeah. And when you hit them, how do you overcome it if you can't get the ball to the basket? With consistency.
The teams that it worked with originally was, you know, obviously the Celtics. And then, you know, it worked with the Heat because, you know, with the Celtics, you know, Garnett was, you know, understood the role. He just wanted to win. He rebounded, got some putbacks. You know, Ray Allen would just hide in the corner, and if you threw it to him, then he'll knock it down. He doesn't need the basketball, you know. And Pierce was that slasher, and he's still got and a great shooter.
Had the ball in his hand a lot. He was the guy.
He's the guy.
Durant was always a pass-first guy.
Exactly. Now you go to the Heat. LeBron is a facilitator. You know, he's the best player in the world, but he don't have to. He don't have to jack 25 times.
Yeah, he needs the ball in his hand, but he doesn't need the ball in his hand to shoot.
And Wade was that guy, like the Pierce, the similar guy to Pierce.
Yeah.
You know, and Bosch he accepted his role. You know what I mean? So you it worked for those teams. Like Willie said, there's 4 guys that want the basketball. You know what I mean?
And who do you think's the best out of the 4?
Oh, it's still Durant.
Yeah. So I mean, who's going to take? You know, how does that work out? I mean, you know, all talk's going to be, it's going to work out great, but does it? Let's get to that list real quick, Sweeps.
Sure.
Well, they're going crazy about how, we're so pumped to play with each other. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Let them catch a losing streak early because Draymond won't be pumped, I'll tell you that.
No, he won't be. He won't be.
All right, so we're going to go through this list, gentlemen, you know, because like Willie said, we're going to have, you know, little dog days of summer, and we want to have a little fun with it, you know, and we're crushing this show here, and we're winding down here, but let's have a little fun with this. So we got a ton of names here. What I'm going to do is read you some names, and then you guys can maybe pick like the top 5 out of this list right here that you think. I called it the all U-Haul team, not necessarily villains, but guys that that have been on multiple teams, and then at one point or another, then it was hated or at least hated for that stretch right there.
Yeah.
And then some guys weren't hated at all, but it was just so monumental. All right, so the first guy we got is Gretzky. Gretzky.
Well, his move from Edmonton to LA
Kings,
was monumental.
Exactly.
It was
monumental. They could have won 10 cups, and then they decided to break that team up like they were the original, like the Florida Marlins.
What a terrible
Florida
move
Marlins.
by Edmonton,
Yeah,
by the way.
Exactly.
You literally have 2 of the top 5 hockey players of all time on your team to go along with 5 other Hall of Famers, then you break it up. What are you doing?
So
you let Messier and Gretzky leave. What are you doing?
Crazy. So that's more of like,
Granted, they won 3 cups.
Yeah. I mean, so that's more like you said. Nobody ever hated the great one, but they left the whole country. Just absolutely.
I think Edmonton was crushed.
Yeah, absolutely. Bonds to the Giants. Throw that out there.
That was a big one. Leaves Pittsburgh. That's like Pittsburgh was, they were like on the cusp of being really good. Everyone thought they had
just
Bonds,
couldn't get over the edge.
they had Bobby Bow.
Yeah, they kept losing to the Braves. And
Mets are still paying Bobby Bow.
Kept losing to the Braves in the NLCS. Couldn't get over the hump. The next one me and Tommy talked about, Reggie White to the Packers. Another likable guy, but his description of what happened had to make Eagle fans and everybody else just absolutely nauseous. He said that, guy left him a message on his answer machine. Does he truly believe that? I don't know, no, I'm not sure. We already talked about Messier. T.O. to the Cowboys. Just being, he went to a couple teams.
When T.O. was here, he was loved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's only here.
I mean,
after the Niners, he went here first.
T.O. Everyone that's like older, that 04 season was magical. T.O. was incredible. T.O. and McNabb, the chemistry was great, and then it fell apart, badly, really badly. It was like a car wreck. And it was terrible to watch. And it was one and done.
Despised
him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When he went to Dallas.
It was one and done, and he goes to the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
It was like a year and a half.
Yeah, almost.
And done.
And then he goes to the Cowboys, and then started. Not only is it your rival, but then he started. The whole tears thing. And, it's my quarterback. You're talking about my quarterback. We were like, what is this guy doing? What act is this joker doing?
I hate him.
Favre to the Vikings. We know that he got pushed out the door, but that's still, that's to see him in purple was phew.
Yeah.
That,
and then
that
they had
cut
a great
people
year, too.
Yeah. One across, throwing across his body away from maybe getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Maybe winning it.
Yeah. Rodman to the Bulls. Once again, he came from the Bad Boys, came from the Pistons, and joined Michael and Scotty, and we know.
Obviously, LeBron to the Heat.
Yeah. I kind of skipped over him because we know,
But that's an obvious one. People in Cleveland were burning jerseys. They're not burning them no more.
No, A-Rod to the Yankees. Them two were, just more for the contract thing and how the Red Sox.
How about the original, Babe Ruth to the Yankees?
Yes, say that. That's why you're the best. Babe Ruth to the Yankees at the top, absolutely, and circled because I believe that how monumental that was.
That's like the original, most ridiculous one.
Maddox to the Braves.
Oh yeah,
Tommy.
Yep, Maddox to the Braves, big one.
Yeah, from the Cubbies.
Yep. We'll go a little hockey again. Patrick Waugh to the Avalanche. Canada once again getting scorned again. Great Canadian all those years, Montreal Canadian, and then went there. Marshall Faulk to the Rams.
Oh yeah.
Greatest show on turf.
That one worked out well for Marshall.
Manny Ramirez.
Marshall.
Manny Ramirez to the Dodgers. Because,
you could really say
Red
Manny
Sox.
to Boston.
Yeah. But I think it was one of those things where I feel like it was more like he was more of his antics when he got to the Dodgers.
Ortiz to Boston, but he wasn't really a player.
No, the Twins
in
just
Minnesota,
the Twins just kind of got rid of him. But yeah, Manny, I just feel it was more like Manny being Manny by that time. He got to the Dodgers, you know what I mean? Like,
wore out
we knew
his
he was a
welcome.
bad. Yeah, we knew he was a bad outfielder and stuff. But one of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time. And
that first year with the Dodgers, he hit like 370. Remember?
Yeah, he raked.
And then he got popped for PEDs.
Yeah. How about Shaq to the Lakers?
That was Tom's boy.
Yeah,
Shaq to the Lakers, big move.
You know what I mean?
Big move.
Yeah.
Leaving Orlando, that was huge.
Dwight Howard leaving Orlando to the Lakers. That one backfired.
Yeah.
Not so much on Orlando.
Yeah.
No.
Here's a monster villain. Sprewell to the Knicks. Right after the choking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I
it's, you know what I mean? Like, so.
First off,
then it became into that Knicks-Heat rivalry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted to bring this up like 2 weeks ago, and I just forgot to do it, but the best meme I saw after the finals was it said, "This is the worst choking in Golden State since Carlissimo and Sprewell." And there's a picture of Sprewell with his hands around Carlissimo's throat. I was like, oh, this is spectacular.
That is phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
Kurt Warner to the Cards, only because he sucked with the Giants, and it looked like that was it. So
Well,
you
gotta
love the fact you gotta love the fact that the Giants, stuck that right in the Giants.
Yeah, the
throat.
revival.
Never really got a chance for the Giants, though. Really.
And he got a revival. He was more
the
to
Giants couldn't block anybody that year that he was there, if you remember. It was 04 when we were disgusting, and they had Eli as a rookie. They started playing him, and then it was done.
Yeah, he was more just a filler when he went to the Giants.
And like I said, he didn't even get a chance to throw the ball. He couldn't move. Everyone knew that, and he was just getting torn apart.
Yep.
We smoked the Giants' first game that year, and they put Eli in, and our boy that got shot
Jerome McDougal.
the next year, Jerome McDougal, buried Eli. Buried him.
He did bury him. He did bury him.
Eric Dickerson and the Colts.
Oh, yeah.
So rounding that, like we talked about earlier, little Mourning to the Heat, Garnett to the Celtics, just real, I guess, another big one, Kareem to the Lakers. Coming from the Bucks when he was Lou Alcindor.
Wilt to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's another one. Was they going to Baumgartner struck out 8 of the first 12 batters he's faced tonight. I would say.
So you guys, let's just say top 3. If you guys of those guys, where's your top 3 monster guys that packed and went? They don't even have to be hated. Just
Wayne.
The all U-Haul team.
Wayne Gretzky's definitely up there. For me, being the age I was and how much of an Eagles fan I was, Reggie's up there.
I agree.
Losing Reggie just killed us.
It was terrible.
And
these are the ones I have circled.
Barkley to Phoenix.
For being another, Barkley to Phoenix was a killer.
That was a killer.
We got nothing back in return for that deal.
Do you know I went? Yeah, we
got Jeff Hornacek, Tim Perry, and the big guy. Who was the big guy?
He
stunk. Hornacek, Perry.
Clarence Witherspoon?
No, it was like Lang, Andrew Lang. Was it Andrew Lang?
Was it the G-Man, Jaminski? No.
Maybe. I forget who the third one was.
He stunk. But Barkley went out there
with was it
went
Geiger?
It
wasn't
Geiger.
Geiger.
It wasn't Geiger. I thought it was Andrew Lang.
Barkley went out there with Thunder Dan, and they were just playing ball.
Yeah.
But I would say, if not Barkley, I would go T.O., just because him leaving us in that kind of situation when all the hype coming in and then going to Dallas, definitely became a villain
T.O.
here.
was terrible. He went from the thing with T.O. is he went from literally in like a 10-month period, he went from like, oh my God, everyone loves T.O. to we actually threw him off the team halfway through his second season. We didn't even let him play anymore.
Sit-ups in the driveway, yeah.
I think the Suns might have the best trade in NBA history for what for giving them Barkley. I'm trying to get the details.
The particulars?
Yeah, I'm trying to get details. I know Hornacek and Andrew Lang. Yep, it was Andrew Lang.
Good for you.
It was Hornacek, Tim Perry, and Andrew Lang.
Wow.
And Andrew Lang was released after 1 season.
Look at you. Attaboy.
Wow. And they talk about – and what is this? Sporting SB Nation, it says. It's got it, and it says – this is back from 2012, but it says the Suns had the best trade ever when Charles Barkley became a Sun.
And this is
because they gave him nothing.
This one's kind of similar to Favre Peyton to the Broncos.
Yeah.
I mean, like they had luck, and it was the neck injuries, and it was like they couldn't rush him out of town quick enough.
Yeah, they drove him out real quick, which was bad. Bad way to end it. But yeah, I would go with them 3, and I'll go Gretzky, Reggie, and I'll go T.O. just because of everything that was going on then.
Willie, anything different?
I like it. I like the Barkley over Reggie, maybe, just because. I mean, I know Reggie kind of started the trend of people big free agency moves.
Yeah.
And like really, he ushered everyone. Like it was really sad because our team was loaded, and then Jerome died, and I think that's put Reggie in a bind because he was kind of like Jerome's mentor, and then Jerome died, and Jerome was flying high on life. He just did everything fast.
Yeah, he did.
Fast living, fast dying. And, I mean, and then, like, everyone left. Like Keith Jackson followed Reggie to Green Bay. We lost Byron Evans. We lost everybody. They all left.
Yeah.
And we were just screwed.
Reggie hurts more.
The floor fell out.
Reggie hurts more to me because
Seth Joyner.
Of what we could have been. Right? That whole team. I mean, that whole team hurts.
And
losing it, the losing of Jerome, and then the whole defense is going not down, but Jerome and Reggie and Clyde just would have been dominant.
Then he wins the Super Bowl.
The
salt's like this. It's like you're killing me.
Chuck never won in Phoenix.
Chuck
never won in Phoenix.
He went to one.
He went to one, but it didn't win. But watching Reggie win, especially in the green, right in the green coloring too, it felt like that was stolen from us.
Right,
it felt like it was stolen from us. And the way he dominated at an older age in that Super Bowl that he got into, he dominated.
Yeah.
Oh.
He dominated that game. I forget who the tackle he made look like his bitch that entire game.
When he hit him with this?
Yeah, the club move.
Yeah, it was some idiot Patriot. Yeah.
I would love to know that. Love to know that.
We'll go back.
When they were tackle, he just destroyed, he manhandled that tackle, and I just kept saying,
Bruce Matthews.
I said, what do we do? What did we do
No, he was
here?
a Titan. Could
What
be
did
one-
we
one of
do?
the- Could be one of the Matthews.
And
Good
then
play.
I think we went through a period of time here in Philadelphia, guys, that we felt like that we would never be able to keep our star, right?
No.
And finally, AI ushered that in where we kept him. Like we kept him for a long time before it became just too long, I guess. And then Howard, Rollins, Utley, all them guys.
McNabb.
We Donovan, all them guys we finally kept. So we finally got to the point where we can keep some of our guys. But for the longest period of time, I felt like every great player that came through this city was either ran out of here because we were aggressive, or we just never spent any money.
Yeah.
And them two are the ones that stick in my craw. The T.O., I put him on there just because he went to Dallas, and now you're a scumbag.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you be more of a pile of shit?
Bruce Armstrong might have been the guy.
Bruce
Did he
Armstrong.
embarrass?
Reggie,
That he might have
embarrassing
been-
Bruce
I said
Armstrong.
Bruce Matthews.
Yeah.
I meant Bruce Armstrong.
That's close, bro. We'll give you
Good
the
for
A.
you.
Give you the A on that one, big dog.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you. Listen,
So-
yeah, go ahead. You got more?
well,
Jesus Christ.
But no, one thing I wanted to say is like the reason I put Charles in there is I distinctly I was a big Sixers fan. Charles
Yeah.
was awesome, and I remember I went to one game that I remember going to when Charles was on the team. I think I went to a couple when I was younger, but I don't really remember them. And the one I do remember going to was his last year on the team, and he had a DNP. He didn't play. He might have got like a bar fight the night before. Who knows?
Throw somebody through a glass
young
window.
Young Chuck did shit like that. You know?
Young Chuck did a lot of shit like that.
But he just didn't play. He was like, oh, he hurt his finger in warm-ups or something. So he didn't play. So I sat there and I watched no Charles, and then the next year he was gone to Phoenix, and it's like, oh, great.
Well, you know what? We did have him when he was as a pup too, and
I mean, he was here a long time though.
no, I know, and I think it just got
83.
Well, I think it just got to the point with him
91,
where
92?
I think the city wore on him. I think he started to wear on the city. I think it was one of them situations. But you just didn't get back anywhere near close to what you should have gotten that haul. I mean, you got three slot players. I mean, Hornacek could shoot free throws. Congratulations. You know, it wasn't okay. Like if Hornacek's the third guy in the deal and the other two are pups, okay.
He's combing his hair over during, while he's shooting free throws.
Oh, it was the worst. It was like Jason Kidd giving a kiss to one of his wives at the time.
To his wife who he beat up.
Yeah. Well, you're classy on the court, but you're a bastard at home. Crumb.
No doubt.
Freaking crumb.
Well,
but there's some of the things going on in the news, and we'll wrap up. I'll wrap up in like 4 minutes. Just your thoughts on it. Philly Fan Radio talked about this. I just try to run off some things other guys talk about just for conversation here at the end. But John Jones, the PEDs and PEDs in sports.
Once again, just
I feel
tired
bad.
of him.
I feel bad for Bones Jones because I mean I know he's got a serious substance abuse issue clearly, but I'm a fan. First off, he's the best UFC fighter. And I'm a big fan of watching him fight, even though I'm not a big UFC fan. And I like him more because he wears Syracuse stuff all the time. Both his brothers played football at Syracuse. So I kind of like him more because of that. But, yeah, it's sad. It was sad to see that happen. And then,
Brock Lesnar
then they had that
won last night.
They had that slop match that was
free.
They put Anderson Silva in for him. Who was like the greatest. Anderson Silva's like the greatest UFC fighter of all time.
But he's done.
He's like 42.
Yeah, he's done.
And he had Daniel Cormier just took him to the mat and just held him there. It was ugly. And Brock Lesnar's a monster.
Well, listen, I think it was one of
5-year hiatus.
I think it was their poll question, I believe. But
And Maisha Tate's
what do you
tits
think?
Were flying around.
And
then she got dropped like a bad habit.
I think their question was, first time using PEDs. Do you get a half a suspension, then a full year, and then a lifetime ban? How do you guys work it out? I go 1 year ban right off the bat and right into a lifetime. So you don't even get 3 strikes. You get the 1 year ban off the bat, and then boom, then you get the lifetime after that.
Yeah.
So you get really one shot.
Yeah,
Not
when
even.
you don't talk about it and it's hush hush, it means it's you're doing something wrong. You know what I mean? Like if it was just vitamins and whatever, and I got to work harder in the gym or whatever you want to call it. That's it is what it is. But or a supplement or whatever. But when it's it's going to take you to that next level. Hang that year right on you, and think about it. And that should deter you. But some of these guys, they just keep rolling the dice.
Yeah, you would think, right? You would think after getting suspended for basically what he said, he was suspended for about a year and a half. Bones
Yeah.
Jones, and then he said it was the worst time of his life, and now he's backing in, and then bang, going again.
Well,
Like, what are you
I
doing?
think last time it was cocaine. Now
Yeah.
it's
Well,
PEDs.
he's got some issues.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
to say the least.
you know, they were saying that it wasn't, you know, he claims his innocence still somehow. So that's interesting.
Did you get a blinking light there? Is that what the?
I don't know, did it blink more than once? I think somebody just tried turning the light out.
Ah, okay.
for
I
some
thought
reason.
it was a warning.
I thought
it was a 2-minute warning.
Me
I thought,
too.
I thought it was like Lennon saying, "Let's go."
Wouldn't that be great if I just had a light that flickered, or like every time there was a break or at the end of the show? That'd be phenomenal. First off, thank everybody for listening. This has been Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com. For
Great.
Tom Arnone, Brian Wilson, Nick Delgazzo.
Great day, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Awesome day. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, BMW. Thank you, BMW of Atlantic City, located right in Egg Harbor Township. You can find them online, Atlantic City, BMW. Sorry, you can find them online, BMW of AtlanticCity.com. We'll see y'all next Sunday, and stay tuned for AIM Sports Showcase tomorrow, 9 o'clock, and Philly Fan Radio tomorrow night, 7:30 for Agree to Disagree.
Shark Talk.
And everybody, A2D Radio.
Peace, we out.
Later.